Hey y'all, 25 years ago on August 16th, 1996, one of my favorite movies, Tin Cup, was released in theaters. Now we promised we'd do a commentary in honor of that anniversary, so what do you say we get into it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's get the conversation started. Hello and welcome to LexiCon. It is Maddie.
Lexi.
Dylan.
And as I said, we are doing commentary for one of my favorite movies, Ron Shelton's Kevin Costner starring Tin Cup.
AKA the Armadillo movie.
It's good 2 hours plus long, so we're going to get right into it with no specific preamble. We'll save everything for the movie unless y'all have something you want to throw in.
I don't think so.
Alright, we're watching this through HBO Max. Of course, you may be watching it on a DVD or a Blu-ray or old VHS or what have you, and you may not be watching along at all, and hopefully we'll make it entertaining enough in that case. But if you are watching along with us, we're going to give you a countdown so we can be all synced up. We are all zeroed out. We have our closed captions on. We have our volume down. Hopefully you'll get set up and ready, and we'll all start at the same time. I'll count down from 3, and when I say play, we'll all play. Sound good?
Yeah.
I don't know why y'all are saying yes. Not like y'all are gonna. It's not like we all have our own separate monitors or anything here.
I'm loading it up on my phone.
I have 7 different devices I'm playing this movie on.
We live together, so we're not having to do this through Zoom or anything. We can be together and do it. We're in the room together.
I'm currently on Pluto.
No one else is in the room while it's happening, though. Except for the official cat of God with the game tonight, Teddy.
But so I'm currently on Pluto with my cat.
Alright, so anyway, why are you on that dwarf planet? Get on a real planet.
I think that's a conversation for another episode.
I'm sending down the laser cannon.
Alright, we're going to play now. Countdown is coming if everybody is ready. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Yay.
And the Warner Brothers logo is on the screen.
Oh my god, Warner
and
Brothers, they
do everything.
did something.
That's why it's on HBO Max now, because it's Warner Brothers.
Look, everything is either Warner Brothers
Hold
or
on, wait for it. I'm going to give another time cue really quickly. We're over black still, and the blue streak comes in, and apparently captioning is made possible by Warner Brothers. It's the Regency logo fading up, and it goes out on my count of now. Back to black. Okay. Hopefully we're all lined up together now. And there we go. We open up on a Texas highway. Back road, perhaps, as the Armadillo scrolls across, and we see the arrow sign, last chance to hit golf balls for 520 miles. Preceding the Highway 329 sign, we see some billboards advertising Hoochie Coochie Girls. No, I'm just kidding. That may be the strip club where Tin Cup's ex-girlfriend dances. We have a Waffle House sign right behind a First Baptist Church of Salome sign, some more road signs. You see the shields there, those are U.S. highways. The square sign is the state highway.
Nice.
And pickup truck passes, we see arrows pointing to San Angelo and Fort Stockton. Rene Russo's credit just faded away. I really like the look of this movie because it feels like it's pretty much all shot on location. I don't think they really built or constructed anything for this movie. It looks all real and all natural. I mean, they may have fudged some locations as far as what they are, where they are, but it feels like it's all on location, you know?
Yeah.
Looks like there's any sets, and there certainly wasn't CGI back then to prop everything
The
up.
armadillo's
As the
back.
armadillo appears once again. And not to say that movies shot on sets or done with a lot of CGI are bad. I just like the feel of this movie. It's real and lived in, you know.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like an independent film, even though it's a big studio production. I think it's very much an auteur's film. It's very much a Ron Shelton film, not so much something that was, you know, made by committee and rehashed and redone and focus grouped to death. It's pretty much his vision. And I know the actors and the crew and everything all play a part. It's a group effort, but I'm just saying it feels like an individual's vision that they're carrying out.
The armadillo's
And there's
back.
the armadillo again. And of course, you refer to this as the Armadillo movie because when you were little, I used to put you to sleep watching this movie.
And this
is about all you'd
best.
see before you crashed.
Well, it's also the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
What?
So this was always the Armadillo movie for you.
Look how round it is. It looks so huggable. It's so cute.
Why are there so many armadillos in this movie?
Technically, I think there's a total of 2.
They refer to it as an armadillo-infested driving range, and I mean it's Texas. There's probably a lot of armadillos in Texas.
There's also an
Somebody
armadillo
told me
golf
this was
course.
armadillo infested. I would like to see more armadillos.
The closed caption is actually playing the words to the theme song here, or the opening song. I think the music in this movie is really, really good. I never listened to the soundtrack outside of the movie, but I enjoy the songs for the most part, and I think they work really well within the movie.
Yeah.
And this was one of the first examples I ever noticed where the music in a movie is not just about the mood of the music, it's the actual lyrics of the music are sort of telling the story as well. And that's something that's way overdone now in movies and television.
Well.
But back then I didn't notice it as much, and I think it's done really effectively here.
Nice.
What's he doing? Bring those wires out. Is he like rewiring the lights?
I have no idea.
As Cheech Marin of Cheech and Chong fame, playing Romeo. Excellent in this movie. Everybody's great in this movie, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Did y'all put the closed captioning on top of the screen like that on purpose? Because it is really annoying.
I didn't do anything with the closed captioning.
I don't think there is an option for top or bottom.
Wow, that is HBO Max. If this is the default for closed captioning, this is horrible. It's centered right at the top of the screen, so it's covering the action at prime placements.
The acts.
And there's Kevin Costner playing the titular character, Roy Tin Cup McAvoy. This was sort of a comeback movie for Kevin Costner after the disaster that was Waterworld.
I know nothing of it.
You know, he was a pretty big movie star after Dances with Wolves and Field of Dreams and The Bodyguard, and then he makes Waterworld and it goes over budget, and it's not a terrible movie, but it's not great either, and it doesn't necessarily make all its money back, and it's a pretty big flop, and so this was sort of his low-key comeback.
The captions moved back down.
Yeah, I was wondering if
complaining.
the stuff on top was that actual dialogue or just the music.
Maybe it was just the music that plays on the top, because I see the captions are on the bottom now, so maybe they differentiate music on the top and captions.
I've noticed that with
Which
a
is
lot
going
of
to sting, because there's a lot of
things.
music in this movie with a lot of lyrics.
True. I've noticed that with a lot of things, that song stuff usually goes on top.
Okay, you two saw this movie for the first time all the way through last night.
To memory.
Did you guys get the riddle before Rene Russo spoils it?
Yes. It's also one I've heard before, though. So.
How about you, Dylan? I can't honestly say whether I did the first time I saw it or not, because, again, I saw it 25 years ago.
Yeah, I've seen
And
it.
I've seen it plenty of times since then, but I've seen it so much, it's not like, I remember when I didn't get that riddle, or did get that riddle. For those of you who are not watching along and aren't familiar with the riddle, is a man and his son get in a car crash. They're taken to two separate hospitals. When the boy goes in for surgery, the doctor looks down on him and says, I can't operate on this boy. He's my son.
Yeah.
How is that possible? And
Yeah.
the answer is the doctor's the boy's mother.
Yeah.
And Rene Russo's character explains that feminists use this riddle to see how deep-seated people's, gender prejudices lie.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of people won't think the doctor's supposed to be a woman. I don't necessarily think that means you're prejudiced. Sometimes you just don't think. You're trying so hard to solve a riddle. Like,
I've
what was the
seen-
answer? The answer's obvious, but you can't really see it. But I'm sure for some people, that's why they wouldn't come up with the answer, because they wouldn't think of a woman as a
Yeah,
doctor.
I've seen a few people answer it jokingly, answer it, sometimes let's call it, saying the guy in the class wasn't his actual dad or something like that. Something like his mom was cheating or whatever.
Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to spin it, but, the simplest answer
Yeah.
is quite often the correct one.
And clearly the intended answer, at least for this movie,
And
is
then, of
this
course, the
one.
big irony is that she's also a doctor,
You see, the son is actually the son.
as in a star.
Yes.
That makes absolutely no sense, but
That makes all the sense.
smell of a leather, sting of a whip. We should try being saddled sometime. Of all the performances in this movie, I struggle the most with Rene Russo's, and it's not that she's bad, but just some of her line deliveries seem a little, not forced to me, but they seem a little out there, which kind of gives into the independent feel of this movie. It's like sometimes you feel like they just took the first take and moved on.
Yeah.
But she's fantastic in it. I love all the performances. All the actors feel very natural in their roles, and they don't feel so much like they're giving a performance. They're just being themselves,
Uh-huh.
which is, part of giving a good performance is,
True.
telling a lie that tells the truth.
character.
And now it's nighttime.
Yeah, it got dark really
It
quickly.
did.
I mean, she had to take the time to get her stuff out and everything, and they probably talked, set up
Probably
a schedule
not
or something.
that
But
long.
it sure seems like it got dark quickly.
Do we know what season this is in?
It's summer.
Well, then it should not have gotten that dark
It's-
that quickly.
The climax of the movie takes place at the U.S. Open, which is always mid to late July.
Yep, should
And we're
not
just a
be
few
that
weeks
dark
before
yet.
that, so we're in June probably, possibly
should
May.
not be that dark yet.
There's a
They
film.
had like all night to do whatever before it would have gotten dark.
They're just filming so long, and they're like, "Alright, we want to get this movie done in the Lazy Mad Days part."
I mean, look, it was sunset when Roy stopped hitting golf balls and came into the driving range and proposed
Yeah,
the
but a
riddle.
summer sunset. That lasts a minute.
So again, it is conceivable. Like I said, I don't know how long it took for her to get all the stuff out of the car, and I don't know what business arrangements and talking they needed to do. Like, how are we going to work this? Where should we do this? Where should we start? I'm going to get my
Yeah.
So I'm sure stuff went on, and who knows? They may have hashed out the joke a little more.
I'm gonna just say that
So it's conceivable,
this
but
is
it does feel like
Texas,
a big time joke.
But here, the pretty sunset hours are like 7 something, and it's dark at 9.
It is Texas, and to the best of my knowledge, the movie was all shot in Texas and Arizona. Even the North Carolina scenes are shot in Texas and Arizona.
That's annoying.
Except for the sign that says "Welcome to North Carolina." I'm sure they went and got that.
They went to North Carolina for the Welcome to North Carolina sign. Oh my
At
gosh.
that point, why not just?
Just shoot in North Carolina?
Because the golf courses they had set up to film on weren't in North Carolina. It's not like you're just gonna roll into a golf and say, "Stop golfing!
Why
You
didn't
gotta
they just
shoot
fake
here."
the sign then, though?
Yeah, it really was like an independent film. It was guerrilla shooting. It's like, okay, that hole's clear. Run, get on the course, get on the course.
My only thing though is if you're gonna shoot everything in Texas, then why not just fake the sign? Why go to the sign?
You realize how easy it would be to shoot 5 to 10 seconds of film of that sign.
I know, but like, if you're filming in Texas, why go out to?
How are you gonna fake the sign? I don't know how easy it is just to make a realistic looking.
It's probably
road
relatively easy.
I don't know. I think those things are probably fairly regulated because you don't want people making fake road signs.
I mean, probably, but I think somebody in a prop department could figure it out.
Tin Cups Rogues Gallery are all watching through the window and they keep ducking down. I was like, what does it matter if you're watching them? I mean,
Plus,
I guess it should be private, but you're out in the middle of a driving range.
Somebody knows that they're watching.
You see the Waffle House sign in
Did Waffle House pay for this
in the
movie?
background. Maybe Waffle House got paid to be in this movie.
True. It's just like it's in there so often.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there
not
like
sure. I mean, it makes sense. It is a staple of the South.
facts, big facts.
It makes sense for these characters to frequent the Waffle House, and if there's really one located this close to the driving range they shot at, maybe they said, hey, there's a Waffle House right there, that's perfect, let's incorporate it.
Yeah.
It fits the characters, and it's there already.
Yeah.
I do question that Waffle House sign, because that looks like the sign that sits right outside the restaurant, and the Waffle House is not that close.
Exactly.
You could not see it in the wide shots when you saw the line of billboards leading to the Waffle House sign. So there may be a long driveway up to it or a long side road that leads up to it, but I don't usually see Waffle House signs that far away from the Waffle House. You might see a billboard or something for it, but that looked like the kind of sign that would be right outside of the restaurant.
Yeah. Only Waffle House I can think of is literally the one not that far from here. And its sign is right there at its parking lot.
Oh my god, there's like a half a dozen Waffle Houses just in our city.
I can only think of the one.
Same.
There's one over there, there's one over by the Walmart, there's one over by the Pizza Hut.
Oh god.
There's
Waffle House
at
Pizza
least
Hut?
there's
Pizza. No, waffle pizzas.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
No side.
I'm pretty sure there's one over on the exit near where you used to work when you worked at Arby's.
Was there?
Yeah, there's definitely one because it's
I
down
know
there.
an IHOP.
No, there's a Waffle House too.
Oh
It's
my
on the same
God.
side of the road as
Yeah,
Arby's,
that's-
down by the Pokey Stop.
That's the only.
You know where
house
the
I can
two
think of.
motels are and like
I'm
the
thinking of the
gym
one
back there
by
where we go for the
Walmart.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
And I'm sure there's at least another one on the north end of town.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're everywhere.
So I mean, yeah, I mean there's a good 300
But there's
houses in the country, and most of them are in the south, I would imagine.
I was going to say, there may be a lot of Waffle Houses there, but there's less of them than Subways and Starbucks, right?
This was Subway City. Some of them have closed down now, though.
Oh, man. Now I'm curious of if Starbucks or Subway outnumbers which one. Because I think Subway was winning by a bit.
This movie, it came out in '96, and canonically it takes place in '96 too. I don't know if that's ever
that's
stated,
nice.
but later on during the U.S. Open tournament, they referred to the previous year's U.S. Open, and so I know it was the '95 Open they're referring to, unless in their fictional history, the same person who won it in '95 won it in '96, which didn't happen in real life. So canonically, we're in '96, which is the year before Tiger Woods turned pro. He was already a well-known amateur
I was thinking,
golfer.
like, Tiger Woods is nowhere, so when does this take place?
You see a lot of professional golfers in the movie. He's not one of them, but like he wasn't a pro at the time, and I'm sure they
Makes
shot
sense.
either early. They would have shot it sometime after the U.S. Open in '95, which would have been July '95.
Yeah.
And like Tiger wouldn't have turned pro until '97. He turned pro, won the Masters that year, had a little bit of a rough patch, and then just dominated things around 2000. In fact, in this movie, it's referenced, if Roy finishes with an eagle, he could finish 10 under in the U.S. Open, which at that time nobody had ever done. I'm not positive Tiger was the first to do it, but I know he did it because in 2000 he won the U.S. Open. He was something like 12 under par. Nobody else was even par.
Damn.
That's how thoroughly he dominated that tournament.
Damn.
Think up to now, Tiger Woods.
And here's our first reference to the big dog.
Yeah, in this universe, he becomes that instead
Woods
of
aren't
Tiger
always
Woods.
metal. Woods can be wood as well. I used to have a really nice wedge, and the handle on it was wood, but my friend ran over it with his bike.
A bike? And a golf club?
It's a wooden shaft.
Still.
It may or may not have been draped over a trench in my yard as well. It was around there because we had made a mini golf course in our yard, and we had a trench basically that marked the line between our yard and our neighbor's yard. It wasn't the official property line, but that's basically where it lay.
Yeah. That's what y'all accepted.
It was to funnel water from the yard into the ditch. and we used that as part of the golf course setup. And I remember we were over on that, and we'd go back and forth to the front yard, and then go around the side yard and into the backyard.
Nice.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, you had to be careful, of course. If you hit too hard, you'd hit somebody's car or house or whatnot. But they were short holes.
Didn't we
too,
live
so.
in front of a golf course?
We did. When we moved, that was my parents' house. When we moved across the street from my parents, we were in front of a golf course.
Yeah.
Didn't really find that many balls or anything in the yard, though. I mean, the fence beside the golf course was pulled back. I mean, there was a hole directly behind our house.
Yeah.
Odds are you're not gonna. I can't remember hook and slice, once to the left, once to the right. You'd be going. Our yard would be to the right of the golf course. But there was also a very small section of trees in between the fence and the golf course proper too. And then there was the cart path, and then you had the hole. So odds are you weren't going to go over there. But I mean, not that it never happened.
Nice. I like finding golf balls.
That was so quiet. I bet nobody heard it.
Okay. We're gonna leave it like that then.
I like buying golf balls.
You'll still never know. Now, I remember one time you and I may have been after a day at work or something. We had gone to Kmart, I believe, for something, and I had found a pack of Hello Kitty golf balls on sale, and I was so excited about it. I bought it, and I have like no idea what any of them are now. One used to sit at my desk along with an orange one that I got at the mini golf place.
Were they pink?
Yes.
I remember that because when my dad and I played golf, I'd always try to play with pink golf balls.
Nice.
Didn't often buy whole packs of golf balls new at the athletic store or Walmart or even the golf course pro shop, because they also sold used balls in the golf course pro shop. And that's usually where we find most of our balls. I mean, they were cheaper, but I try to find all the pink ones.
Nice.
It was partially because they were easier to find. Because if you use a white golf ball, there's a lot of little pieces of white debris. Sometimes trash will get on the course, leaves and whatnot will fall. And it can take a while to find your ball, especially if you're not a particularly good golfer and you're hitting all over the place like I would be.
Yeah.
For some reason, an orange ball, I completely lose sight of it as soon as I hit it.
Reasonable.
So I didn't like playing with orange balls on a major golf course. The yellow balls were fine. My dad liked the yellow balls, but he didn't have a super preference for what color balls he used. And so I just gravitated toward the pink balls. Again, partially because they showed up really easily, but also because later in this movie, Tin Cup's going to use a pink ball, so it was an homage to that as well.
Nice. I like pink balls because they're pink, and I really like the color pink.
And also, pro golfers, when they play in a tournament, they mark their ball, just something unique to them, like 2 dots under the number on the ball, 2 dots beside the logo or what have you.
Yeah.
And so I wanted something like that too, so I could identify my ball. Of course, to be fair, playing with pink balls, most people weren't going to be playing with pink balls, so it was easier to say, hey, that's definitely my ball, but I also wanted to mark it. And so I started doing a smiley face on my ball.
Is that where your smiley face comes from?
So that was, no, not
start
really,
of it?
because my logo is not a smiley face.
True.
Kind of is.
Depends on how you look at it.
It's all about perspective.
Yep.
How you like the beetle that they used to pick up the golf balls?
I like it. It reminds me of Herbie.
And here we have our first introduction to Don Johnson playing David Sims, Tin Cup's rival,
Yes.
the one who actually was successful.
Well,
He's mean to dogs, elders, and children.
That's a funny bit when Cup accuses him of that, and then he comes back and he actually has an interaction with 2 old folks and their grandchild and a dog.
Yeah.
And he has to throw in the dog's ugly. We'll get to that later, though.
Facts. Sorry for the noise. The cat was moving. Very loud cat.
Yeah, cats are loud.
And here's the Winnebago that presumably Tin Cup and Romeo share together. That's not a Winnebago, that was Don Johnson. That's the Winnebago that
Yeah, they share him together.
they live inside him.
Moving on.
He's like Giant Man.
No God.
He just hits the button and he's like the Transformers, like Fortress Maximus or Galvatron that turned into a base.
Nice.
I don't think Galvatron turned into a base. I think I have the wrong. There was the Autobots had a Transformer base. He was mostly white. That's what I'm referring to, but I don't think he was Galvatron. I think Galvatron was another Transformer. Fortress Maximus was the 2 feet tall Transformer that I used to have that turned into a base. And then there were 2 Decepticon ones too. There were Scorponok, who would be a giant scorpion or a robot and a base.
Yeah.
And there's the one back there that Johnny plays with, this like a Tyrannosaurus and a base.
Oh, I like that
And of course, none of them were really big enough for any of the Transformers to use as a base, except for like the very smallest ones, like Bumblebee.
Yeah.
They're still neat play sets though.
Nice.
Yeah, goddamn birdie making machine for you out there. This is a real dick move. You could have brought him into play. It's kind of wants to humiliate me. You could be my caddy. Club me.
And of course, this is not going to go well.
No,
I feel like no one wants to be a caddy.
I bet is somebody who wants
I think
to
that's
be
the
a
salt of the
caddy.
caddies. I'm sure there are plenty of people who like being a caddy and take pride in their job.
If you're a caddy, do you like being a caddy?
A good caddy plays a big part in the success of a golf pro.
Fact.
But it's like, why would you rather be a caddy than a golfer?
They're like part
Maybe
of your
they're just
team.
not into the actual golfing.
And look,
Maybe
you can
they never
also
got good at
you can
it.
also have knowledge of how to do something and still not be able to pull it off as well as somebody else. But your knowledge can aid that person.
Exactly. So.
$100 for losing 5% of your earnings. He said it's a $500,000 purse, so the winner probably gets what? I think they get 100,000.
I don't know.
Probably not. Maybe 75,000.
Okay.
So could be over $3,000.
Well, that would be a bit of money.
Yeah, assuming he wins, which you would think he could with Tin Cup's help.
Yeah. Wasn't his plan to win?
Well, yeah, he's hoping to win.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess. Well, because they're playing as teams. Because he refers to Craig Statler as his partner. They're not just partnered up to play the course, but they're playing separate. They are playing actually as a team. So maybe they could do 75 apiece. Maybe it's more like 50 apiece.
He'd still be making a bit of money.
All right, now we have real golfers, real professionals here. David Sims, Don Johnson has teamed up with Craig Stadler, whose nickname was the Walrus. That's him right there, the heavy-set gentleman with the mustache. You can see why he's called the Walrus. In fact, I just saw a story about him the other day. He got a hole-in-one in a charity tournament the other day.
Nice. Aren't they doing a charity tournament right here?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. And, I was gonna ask something about finding the balls and stuff.
Yeah, thing on the other team is Peter Jacobson, who's also a real golfer. Oh, and Gary McCord, who I guess was a golfer, but I know him more as a golf commentator. Who got kicked off the Masters commentary for referring to the greens being so short that saying they'd been bikini waxed.
Oh, God.
And, I mean, McCord's kind of a dickhead, but I think the Masters people were a little snooty about that as well.
Kind of sounds like. I personally don't know. I don't keep up with golf that much. I was gonna ask about the balls though. Like, how in the world are you supposed to keep up with those balls? And like watch, like I know they're watching them, but on golf courses big.
Real tournaments do have spotters too to help keep up with them. And you play well, you keep them in bounds. And
True.
You're not gonna lose them.
Very true, dude. Did you see how blinding somebody's shirt was there?
No, I did not.
I guess they're wearing a white shirt or something. Very blinding, like it was just glowing behind
on
them.
the shirt.
Practically.
Could you imagine a shirt made out of like Miller's?
Is he wearing a Nissan hat?
Could you imagine like chainmail by Miller's?
I don't think so, because Aunt Mirror is glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think that would work. Anyway, he's wearing a Nissan hat. I'm pretty sure he wears a different branded hat later on.
People do change clothes.
I mean, fact, but I the brands, I assume, sort of meant something in this case. But I'm actually trying to find out something about what I saw on a hat later on. There's a lot of pink. I've noticed a lot of pink clothing. Well, I'm not going to find anything out because Google's not loading at the moment.
Lay it up, of course, a term for not going for the green. You want to hit a little short because you want to avoid a hazard like a sand trap or the water.
Yeah.
Which in this case, the water's really off to the side. I mean, I understand why you would still lay it up, but later on when Tin Cup hits the ball, he avoids the water for the most part.
Nice. Oh, you were talking about a minute ago, you were talking about the commentary. I just want to say, what's up with golf commentary? It's like the most chill commentary I've heard of sports.
Oh my gosh, I just realized. It says, I got a pile of nickels in my car.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure what he says is, I got a bet with Mickelson and McCord.
I'm pretty sure it's something about a
Because
bet.
it's Mickelson, it's not Peter Jacobs. Peter Jacobs is in the later course. It's Phil Mickelson and Gary McCord are their opponents. Ooh, that little glitch in the video there. I hope that didn't mess everything up.
Hopefully not.
I'll give another time cue here in just a minute when I see something good, but I think we're good. It didn't really seem to skip or freeze.
Yeah.
Sorry, streaming.
Facts.
So in this case, Roy had mentioned to Stadler, I could have made that shot. That's why Stadler tried the long shot and missed. And now they're making a bet in full view of all these people, technically breaking the law.
Yeah, technically.
On a nationally televised, well, at least on the Golf Channel anyway. And all the commentators and stuff you see, they're real commentators for the Golf Channel and
Nice.
Different sports outlets.
Can you explain to me why golf commentary is so chill? Mainly compared to other sports, it's just like really Well, lax commentary.
Well, if you're anywhere near golfers, and I mean, you're usually going to be sitting near one of the holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the funky curly mustache, that's Gary McCord, the guy who, like I said, is a little bit of a dick, but I think was also treated unfairly by the Masters Committee. But the Masters Committee's not always been that good of people. I mean, one of the founders didn't want black people to ever play on this course, Augusta National, and Augusta National, at least as of early 2000s, still didn't admit women as members.
Oh, wow.
There's always been sort of an elitist air around golf. You know, the sport itself is fine, but there's a bit of a gatekeeper syndrome, and it's always been for, or often been for, rich white men.
Yeah.
The sport itself is good. Okay, time cue here. You just hit the ball, and when it hits the ground, I'm going to call it. So we're all synced up. Golf ball on the ground, right now.
Nice.
And then we just cut to a crowd shot, cheering on the shot.
Yes. Crowd shot, cheering on the shot.
And I feel bad for Tin Cup here too, because he's going to get fired by Sims. And Sims told him, hey, if you hit the shot, you're fired.
Yeah.
But I mean, geez, his own partner basically cajoled Tin Cup into doing it. I mean, what a dick move. I hope Stadler at least shared some of the money with Roy and Romeo.
Right.
I mean, I'm thinking if I'm Stadler, I'm like, David, don't be a dick. You're not firing him. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And even if he did, Stadler's got enough money, he should have been like, Roy, I'm going to pay you for the loop. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
A little bit of ADR. He's always been a jerk, and clearly nobody was actually saying that.
I just like pointing. There's a lot of
Right there. I think he's always been, but Mickelson's clearly saying something else.
There's always a lot of button-ups and polos, of course, but I'm noticing a lot of button-ups.
Yeah, a lot of golf courses have dress codes too. You can only wear certain things on them. That's another reason, you know, it's sort of not as inclusive as it should be.
Yeah.
But it's changing to a degree.
Over time.
Should have changed more. I get it. I'm not saying that, but you know, I think golf is a great game, just as good as bowling or baseball or basketball. It just, unfortunately, the gatekeepers of it have sort of ruined it for a lot of people.
Yeah. Got a lot of younger friends who don't really care for it.
And again, I think it's because of like the elitist nature of it and
probably.
the connotations of it, not because of the sports. And I mean, maybe you don't like the sport. That's fine too. There's sports I don't like. Some people don't like any sports.
Fact. If I had to list some favorite sports, though, golf and bowling go pretty high on the...
Yeah, you've never even played a game of golf in your life, not really.
Nope, I just really like it.
But
I like mini golf, and I wouldn't sit and just watch golf.
You've been to a driving range. You've just never actually been out on the course.
Nice.
But Alex...
If I had to pick a sport to play, golf would be up there on what I'd choose.
But Alex, you asked why golf commentators are so chill.
Oh yeah, again, if they're like, and they're usually going to be along one of the holes, near one of the most well-known or most important holes on the course, and so they're not going to be able to be loud while people are playing golf. You need quiet, and you also want to just transmit that atmosphere of being quiet when you're observing golf.
True. I guess I'm just used to.
And also, it's golf. What are they going to be? Oh, he's not at the shot. He's looking at the ball. He's looking at the ball. Oh my God, he's looking at the ball.
I mean, if you were in a studio calling it and nobody could hear you, you could be that way. But again, that's not really the moods you want when you're watching golf. So you want to exhibit the sort of moods you would express when you're actually...
I said I probably wouldn't really sit and watch a game that much.
Wait, I like Roman's one rule here. I only got one rule. Unless you don't bet money you don't have on a dog race with an ex-girlfriend who happens to be a stripper. Now you broke that rule.
That's
very
an
specific
rule. Yeah. But
it's golf. There's not much to commentate.
Of the sports I've watched, I am probably more used to the ones that would have more action sort of commentary,
the Dormant Strip Club is another part of
etc.
Tin Cup's Rogues Gallery that comes along for some of the golf tournaments. And ooh, look at the booty.
Like,
apparently more of this movie was going to take place in the strip club or in various strip clubs. That was going to be a bigger part of the plot, but it got cut out along the way.
Well, they determined strip clubs weren't that important to the plot.
Yeah, I guess. They just, focus more on the golf.
Yeah.
And Roy's personal struggle and his relationship with Dr. Griswold.
Yeah.
But like football or baseball, they're constantly like running and stuff. In golf, there's lining up shots.
Yeah, there's a lot of downtime in baseball when they're just at the plate and waiting to hit.
They're lining up there to hit.
Very similar to golf in those respects.
But after
he
hit,
uses a baseball bat later in this movie.
After they hit, there's a lot of
poor
action.
beggar to death.
But
oh wait, that was the director's cut.
After a golfer hits, it's not like they got one after the golf ball while people chase them.
I mean, technically, they are going after the golf ball.
Okay, so as you hit the ball, we are going to unleash 7 angry dogs after you. Good luck.
Oh,
I always thought it would be fun to have a role-playing game that's also golf, but not like a golf story, but like you hit the ball, and then you start walking down the course, and then it becomes like the overworld of RPG, and you have random encounters and stuff. But your idea is really good too, like combining football and golf. Some sort of contact sport where you hit the ball and then you gotta move. It's sort of like the speed golf or the battle golf in Mario. What is it, Star Rush, or what's the new Mario Golf game we've been playing?
Mario Golf?
It's not just Mario Golf, though. It's got at least a subtitle.
Forget.
I don't know. I just want to say, though, getting hit with a golf ball would be worse than something like a football.
Probably.
Like, I'd take Peyton Manning throwing a football at my face over getting hit by a golf ball.
Hit golf
Super
balls.
wash.
We used to hit golf balls into the woods behind my house. I remember one time one of my friends getting hit in the butt with a golf ball from behind.
Ouch.
Get hurt.
Yeah.
Probably?
Well, based on their reaction, I didn't get hit.
Have you been hit by a golf ball?
No.
I'm shocked.
Not really. Tin Cup doesn't have the best relationship with his ex-girlfriend, Doreen, but I mean, he gets access to the backstage of the strip club. It can't be all bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sweet deal.
Lol. I recently had a friend get a job as a stripper. Same friend that I first noticed didn't like golf.
See, here we go again. Like, this is clearly a real pawn shop.
Yeah.
And we don't get any in. It's just exterior shots, but that's all you need. And here again, the music is just, telling the tale. And I mean, you could do that with just the mood of the music. You could do that without music too. But I like the way the music serves a purpose in this movie.
Yeah.
This is a flat, broken, busted, all crapped out again. Like I really like the music in this movie. I've never listened to any of it independently from the movie, but it's great within the context of the movie.
Nice. I like the shirt.
Do you know?
Yes.
I was thinking it looked a little old-fashioned,
I mean...
even for the era.
I was gonna... This movie doesn't feel 90s to me. And I just assume that's kind of golf.
It takes place in Texas, too.
Texas and golf, kind of.
I think Texas is sort of in its own world.
True. But again, in addition to golf fashion as well, golf fashion doesn't exactly keep up with whatever's in style,
Yeah, it's just the preppy version of what's in style.
Facts. Actually, preppy has been very on style, very trending lately. I've noticed that.
She's wearing a pearl necklace.
Nice.
Oh my god. Is it real pearls or plastic?
How much money do you think
I don't think he would get away with being so handsy nowadays. I think he'd
definitely
be screaming
not.
sexual harassment.
Yes. He's definitely a bit too handsy for modern time.
And here comes the big reveal that her boyfriend is none other than Tin Cup's rival, David Sims.
Yep.
I never noticed him walking up in the background before until we watched it yesterday. I mean, to be fair, every other time I'd ever seen it, I'd watched it on a VHS on an older style CRT TV.
Much smaller TV.
Often, not always, but not as high quality.
Facts.
I mean, if you notice now, like watching a DVD on one of our Blu-ray players on our modern flat screen TVs, a lot of them look like shit. And they used to look great. You used to be like, wow, this looks so much better than a videotape. It's like, man, this looks like shit now.
And it's like, fuck.
Look, Tin Cup's, the Milky's guy's expired, but Romeo's got another half gallon of milk on the table open. What's up with that?
Why do they have multiple gallons of milk?
Why wouldn't he share Romeo's gallon? Do they each have their own gallon? Half gallon? But then why would it be like, I didn't leave it out?
He just took the one from Romeo.
Well, yeah, now. Because the other one was expired.
Maybe he didn't realize Romeo had it?
Romeo's like, he didn't leave the milk out.
I guess, but if neither one of them realized the other one was expired, why did they open this one first?
True.
It's a great milk-spiracy.
Lol.
I'm not fond of the way Romeo's wearing his hat.
I'm sorry.
Why all hats are doing backwards?
No, backwards isn't the problem, but it's so high up on his head. But it's
just kind of.
It's not high enough to be fashionable. It just looks goofy.
It looks like hat on.
Kind of a grandpa style.
Even top hats are doing backwards.
See some bananas hanging in the background next to a big bottle of alcohol.
How are you going to tell if it's backwards unless you've put something like around it?
You're not gonna.
How are you looking for somebody's tag if he's
you
wearing
yourself
one?
know it.
Okay, but how would I know it?
Well, why are we judging somebody else's top hat?
Well,
you were just judging his hat.
Well, yeah, but it's not a top hat.
But basically, you're not gonna know until the person wearing the top hat gets theirs, and they're like, "Oh, I turned the top hat around." Then you know. They know it's serious.
Then you know you're in trouble.
I've got grapes on. I wonder if those are real grapes or if they're just decoration, like plastic grapes.
For the movie,
Who knows?
probably decoration.
Well, within the context of
Of
the character's lives, right?
story,
I'm assuming they're probably just
yeah.
decorative grapes. Really? Why would they just have grapes out on the counter?
What else were they gonna put
Here we go.
them?
Here comes the pink ball.
They're storing too much expired milk in the fridge to
Now,
keep
Tin
them
Cup
there.
hawked his golf clubs because he still owed Doreen $2,000, but he's only playing Boone here for $400, and then he goes and gets his golf clubs back. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Does he have to make a down payment to get his clubs back, or I'm not exactly sure how that works.
I
Or if
have
he
no
only got
idea.
400, it was just part of what he was paying Doreen back.
Maybe. But
Who
again, I
knows?
don't know.
And
I
now,
like
and
his
now we
hat.
find out that they won the Winnebago. That they live in a bet with this fella, who's pretty much a dick.
Yes. Why
Talks about
the
immigration,
shirts?
refers to Romeo as a midget, and refers to Costner's ball as a little pink. I'm not going to say it, ball, but
I would
at least he's
just-
clearly supposed to be a dickhead.
I would just like to
Yeah.
say that those shirts don't work for him.
And you can see here, he is clearly also good at baseball.
They're not the worst fashion we see in this movie.
Cause hitting a ball with a baseball is not the same as hitting it with a golf club.
Oh, I think you could hit it way further with a baseball bat.
Yeah, no, but
Mass
it's a
bat.
different way of hitting it.
Yeah, definitely a different way of hitting it.
Yeah, he's
So it
clearly
proves
got
he's
more
also
than just
good at
golf
baseball.
skill. Well, he may not be great at baseball.
Well, we
but
find out later
there's
that
some
he did
skill.
play baseball in high school.
True.
Yeah, and they hit
Something
balls
about this
instead
has
of
to be
shovel.
against it. Also, just throwing the shovel down into the ground like that.
Then using what, that hoe as a
Probably.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
I thought they cut out the stuff at the strip club, but here's using a hoe. I'm
Using a
sorry,
weight.
Have you ever
I worked a little
considered
hard for that.
attempting golf with various things like this?
I don't think the proprietors of the golf course would be very. pleased
No,
with that.
but like setting up a golf course in your own backyard and doing this.
No, if I hit a golf ball with a baseball bat, that thing would fly.
Facts.
It's not gonna just be contained in my backyard.
Facts.
So like a
So we need a golf course. That would probably be expensive to buy, wouldn't it be?
Probably a couple $1 million.
Lots of land, and I'd probably have to buy it from someone. And we've already established that this is
You see,
We'll
not,
buy the land and then
not
build a
a,
golf
uh,
course.
you see,
not
don't
a.
Although to be fair, if you just had the
But
open
people-
land, you wouldn't have to have an actual golf course just to. hit
Ooh,
the
I
ball
just need
around.
the land not to damage
You see-
somebody else's property.
you see, don't buy a golf
Somebody
course. To go to an unowned piece of land.
Good luck finding that,
True.
especially one that's cleared out.
Yeah. Everything's owned by now.
Not if you go deep into the mountains.
Oh, I bet
So you're
it's
gonna
all
climb a
owned.
mountain just to hit a golf ball with a baseball bat?
Yup.
Yes,
Coons
they're gonna
handicap.
slide down the mountain after it.
Okay. So,
How do we like the sunflower bra?
it's a sunflower bra.
It is.
I mean, it's a strip club, so I don't know how long she's gonna keep it on.
True. But I mean,
No, we don't do natural here. We do big, bold, and colorful. Look at me. That's what we do.
lol. I recently saw and shared a meme on Facebook. It was in this house we put all sorts of work boots or whatever, and it had like those combat boots style, whatever they are, that I really like. But then it had some really tall black stripper heels.
I know you're not talking about like Timberlands. Those aren't combat.
Yeah,
no, those
no,
are, those are
no.
work boots.
Yeah, those are
maybe.
work
Hiking
boots, but
man, they're not
yeah.
combat boots. That's
No,
a totally different
very
type
true.
of thing.
That's a lot of golf
It
balls.
should.
That is a lot of golf balls.
How much is it to buy that many golf balls?
It depends if you get them new or used.
What's the average price per golf ball?
I have no idea. And of course, those have all been marked to be range balls. That's why they have the like stripe on them.
Nice.
Lots of buckets of golf balls.
Yes.
You need just like 50 cents a golf ball. That's a
How
lot.
much
go,
do you
small-
think it cost them to set that up?
Oh, I don't know.
That's like 1,000 golf balls.
I'd say they did it
Maybe
for less
not
than $100
1,000.
Well,
At-
what do you
at
mean by
least,
set
like,
it up? I think they're
300.
really shooting at a real driving range. I don't
True.
think they built this. It looks like it was actually there.
True.
I think that's
If
like
you're just talking
300
about getting the golf balls to fill it up, I mean, but then again, if you have access to the range,
I think that's like.
How much do you think it would cost to buy that many golf balls? In any format.
just getting cheap ones, I don't know, because I don't know how many it is.
Well,
It's also been a minute since you bought golf
And then it
balls.
depends on
hasn't
how
it
many.
been?
You could probably get deals if you buy them in bulk compared to just buying them individually.
I'm gonna go on Amazon.
Clearly
and
says
see
client exit only.
how much new golf balls cost.
He so badly does not want to be seen that he's not paying any attention. He's just ducking in as he comes to get
Facts.
therapy from Molly. I hate the
Yes.
short shirt with the tie. You never wear a tie with short sleeves. That is not.
Okay, but what about
No.
What about
Do not.
rolling up your sleeves?
Well, that's different. That's not a short sleeve shirt.
No, but like you just rolled it up, so like.
I
up
understand, but you don't wear a tie with short
there.
sleeves.
It gives me Ryan Reynolds vibes.
That is a bad
It
look.
does.
Right?
Like Free Guy.
Yeah.
But
kind of just Ryan Reynolds in general.
but assuming only like 300 golf balls
I wonder why the exit room that's
used
supposed to
for
be
half price
a healing
for 50
place and a
cents.
place of solace is so unfinished.
I have no
Couldn't bother to
idea.
get that finished before
Like
she made an exit
you
room.
really think that it would be better?
Things are used for 50 cents. That's not $150. Assuming used 50 cents for every golf ball.
A lot of times too,
300
even buying used, you'll get like 50 cents each, or you'll get like 10 for $3 or something.
You can get a
Get a
dozen
discount
new
when
golf
you
balls
buy.
for $12 on Amazon.
What about a used golf ball on Amazon?
I don't know if you
I'm
can
not even sure if
buy
Amazon would
used
sell it. That's the kind of thing you go get at the pro shop at the golf club, where people have been finding them in the
Amazon
woods and fishing
sells
them out of the
everything.
lake and
Exactly.
selling their
I found
excess
another
back.
pack. It's a dozen for $10.
Okay, I could probably buy Ryan Reynolds' hair on Amazon.
You can buy Ryan Reynolds hair on Amazon. I have questions. That feels like more of an eBay item. Like, I think Ryan Reynolds himself would be selling his hair on
That looks like she has the
eBay
head of a
first.
Metroid enemy on her shelf back there.
I didn't notice. I was too busy thinking about
See,
Ryan
right over
Reynolds.
Kevin. It looks like it's eating the back of Kevin Costner's head right now. Not now,
Selling
'cause they've
his
cut to the
hair
other
on-
angle, but
On eBay.
Those some long bricks.
Yeah, a little bit. But clearly the brick, so.
Yes,
they
they are.
could be fake. Could just be a facade.
True.
facade.
I like brick inside of the building. Though. A lot of times
yeah,
you see like
definitely.
industrial places.
Yeah,
warehouse stuff
I love the
repurposed.
industrial
I
look.
love.
And that's why I'm so mad at the new Sims for
Brick
industrial
interior.
loft pack.
What's
they're
the
coming to
difference
get
between
you.
standard golf
Since
balls
police
and
Damn it.
distance golf balls?
I knew I should
Shouldn't have
have kept my
spoke
mouth
bad
shut.
about them.
What's
you
a
know they're
distance
listening.
golf ball?
They always are. I don't know.
I don't know. There may be some. Oh, you see, he's wearing golf shoes with the spikes taken out of them.
Nice. I knew nothing about golf shoes.
Yeah, they're similar to like cleats in baseball or football.
I knew about cleats.
And I mean, there's different styles too. They don't all have, but the traditional ones like that would literally have just like little. They look like thick, long, thick thumbtacks sticking out of the bottom of them. They
Interesting.
wouldn't be as sharp because they're just meant to dig into ground.
Yeah.
But that's sort of what they would look like. But
But-
then you have all different kinds. Like I don't remember my golf shoes having too much for spikes on the bottom.
Nice. I'd like to say somebody is selling 100 used golf balls on eBay for $28, free shipping.
Someone is selling.
How many golf
Someone's
balls do you
selling a
think you have
pack
in
of
this
12
house?
new golf balls
Not
for
that
$10.
many, probably. I mean, you're welcome to go check my golf bags.
I was gonna ask, do you have any in your golf bag still?
It's quite possible, but you guys may have looted them for your own
Probably.
entertainment. I know we had some orange golf balls for getting
Yes.
hole-in-ones at the mini golf course, and
Yes.
your Hello Kitty golf balls are floating.
That's why I
Pack
got those
six
orange
there.
golf balls.
That's where we got
Yeah.
the orange golf balls, yeah.
I think one time I got a red one from there too. Technically, I did not get it from there. I just know that it came from there. I
Yeah.
found it away from that building.
I don't want foam practice balls.
Yeah, it's always weird how the mini golf balls end up outside of the mini golf course.
Yeah, it's like, what
You're
did you
literally
do?
just using a putter.
Yeah, it's like, what did you do to get that off the course?
There's so
And
many
through,
in like the water. It's like how did you get that?
You know, to be fair, I
There's
think
barely
I
even a
once.
course near the wall.
I think I once ended up with a ball
There's-
not on the course.
There's barely even a course near the wall, and there's walls,
Yeah,
and it's like the 8th hole. You think by then you'd figure out not to hit it that hard? It's like how?
it's not that late in the game on the one side.
It's like the 5th hole.
There's multiple patches of water that you could knock a ball into at the mini golf course we're talking about.
I'm just thinking how.
Because I think there's actually water involved for 2 of them for the course. And then there's like that bumper boat thing as well.
100 golf balls for $48.
I found 100
Is
used
this all
ones
y'all
for
are going to do is
28.
shop for golf balls for the rest of this
Yeah.
episode? 'Cause
For
we
a
can just wrap
nice-
it up here.
Look, if you get a shipment of golf balls.
Like, thanks for listening. Just watch the rest of the movie. Enjoy it. They're going to go hunt for golf balls. I'm going to go get drunk.
So yeah, even that's about 50 cents per golf ball.
Okay, but
Well,
Now,
used
included,
golf
there's still an hour or so left in this episode. You realize we didn't do that.
oh, we really did
Golf-
just sit and discuss the golf balls we found shopping.
Oh, 300 used golf balls for 100.
Yeah, that's something. I got 300 for like 90 on eBay.
You know, I have to be honest. I used to be really upset they built that golf course across the street from my parents' house. That used to be all woods, and me and my friends would go play in it. And I hated that they tore down all that wood just to make a stupid golf course.
I'm very sorry.
To the point that I used to go there and I would take like their out of bounds markers and stuff and uproot them and throw them in the lake. I threw one of their flags in the lake one time.
Of course you would.
I think my
Portable golf hole.
friend took a shit on the golf course one
Oh
time.
dear God.
I can't remember if they either did it in the woods before it was a golf course. They did it on the golf course when they were making the golf course. And my dad and I went over there and we played like Army on it one time, or guns or whatever you want to call it. You know, just him and I one evening. That was a really fun time. This is when they were still building the golf. They torn down the woods, but they were still constructing the golf course. And I remember another time my friends and I were walking on it, because sometimes we would just walk on the golf course to walk on the golf course, or would use it to cut through to someplace else. Because sometimes we would go in the woods, and the friend of mine who lived the furthest away within the neighborhood was probably 10 houses down from me.
Yeah.
Sometimes we would there was a specific path, and I knew my way through the woods based on marks. Like, oh, there's the hill, there's the certain tree, and whatnot. I could find my way through the woods to their house. And so sometimes we would take the golf course in construction over the house, and then later, once the golf course had already been built, and we, even patronized it, playing on the driving range or whatnot, we would use it to cut it all the way across to the other highway to go to the convenience store and whatnot. But
nice.
But yeah, I remember one time. I think I remember my friend taking a shit in the woods one time, but I distinctly remember them taking a shit on the unfinished golf course. I think it was two different friends though.
I question.
So I didn't mean to get into that.
Why'd I spend $60 on a golf hole?
Wait,
I tried. Taking a shit on a golf course ain't gonna get off, but I don't know what it is.
I've lost it now.
No, you want to talk about shopping for golf things? No. And you want to talk about walking?
I need to explain the portable golf hole
in a minute.
One time, my friend and I, we actually played 4 holes on the golf course without paying. We just crossed the fence, and that was the 3rd hole of the golf course. And we just started playing our way along. And we got.
Well, look, if you don't get caught.
Well, we did. About 4 or 5 holes in.
See, if you don't get caught, you can play a whole game without paying.
I can't. We're both interrupting each other and hand ups. Don't say
Yeah.
But anyway, I need to explain this portable golf hole.
That's called hierarchy there. You know who's in charge in that case.
But basically, it's like a hole with 2 discs that the golf ball slides into or something.
What are you talking about?
A portable golf hole thing. For practice.
You want to know what you get when you want to practice golfing?
I guess somehow the golf ball
get a red solo
sticks in
cup. Red solo cup. That's all you need.
Yeah,
just
but
lay it down.
It's got a little bump.
Do it on carpet though. Doing it on a hardwood floor is not going to replicate the.
Dig a hole.
I mean, you can do that too.
We did. We made a golf course in I think it was full 18 holes.
Technically, you could dig a big enough hole and then put the red solo cup in there.
Maybe it was only 9. I don't know.
Why am I trying to play sports with red solo cups?
Why would I want LED golf balls?
Why wouldn't you? Anyway, speaking of shopping for golf things, and you were talking about walking
It was
one
probably
time.
only 9.
Golf club wash? What?
One time, you and I went for a walk, and we went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and they had a set of pink golf clubs and a pink bag. No, I didn't, but I really wanted to. But they were $400, so
And now
of
you
course I
realize
wasn't
didn't,
gonna buy
because
them.
it's what would you have done with them?
Absolutely nothing.
Are you taking a selfie over there?
No, he's
No, I'm
trying to
sho-
show me
I'm
this
showing
It looks like you're
golf
taking a
thing.
selfie of you and your sister.
I have why? Also, I could make that with a straw and 2
$60.
DVDs.
Are you sure?
Okay, I might take more
Are you
than 2
sure how it
DVDs.
works? Are you sure that's how it works?
I mean,
I
I
have no
think if
idea
I
how it
use strong
works.
enough glue, it would be fine. You see this? I feel as though I could craft that.
Yeah.
For less than 60.
This is my favorite song in the movie right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could laugh when I look way back and find out who stole all my dreams. This is my favorite song in the movie.
Yeah,
I
I've
didn't
missed
pay a
like
whole
half
lot
the
of-
plot at this
It's
point.
Bruce Hornsby.
I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the music last
How
night.
could you not? It's so prominent in the movie. And it
I really
fits what's
noticed the
going on.
opening song.
And the lyrics basically describe what's going on.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Like, I might notice the music,
There's
and in the moment, I might
nobody
recognize the lyrics. I'll just kind of forget them,
there.
and I really didn't pay attention to lyrics.
What's that red
and
light?
Stuff.
Aliens!
Probably.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh, they picked up evidence of UFOs
Ooh,
on this
gold
film.
golf
Yep.
balls? For only $68?
Probably not solid gold then. Damn, could you imagine a solid gold golf ball?
Golf release?
Why do I want that?
Golf release or what?
That would be pretty heavy, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be pretty?
Probably not fly very well.
Okay.
No.
I think
Probably be a shelf decor situation.
I think I've left golf because it's showing me a skirt now.
Mm.
You could wear a skirt to play. I just
I've seen
noticed
a lot of girls
Roy
with
has a
skirts
can of
on.
Gillette on his little caddy thing there on the wall.
Yeah.
It like Gillette shaving cream, but there's a can of Gillette behind his box of donuts over on his bedside table as well.
Look. You're gonna have 2 things of milk. You're gonna have 2 things of Gillette too.
Well, why does he have both of them? Do you like Steel Romeos or something?
Probably.
He's reading an issue of Ring magazine, the boxing magazine, with Mike Tyson on the cover.
Nice.
This would be about the time that Tyson had gotten out of prison and come back to boxing.
Nice.
A couple years before he bit Evander Holyfield's ear. A year before, maybe.
I don't know much of Mike Tyson.
I'm not a huge boxing fan either, so I'm not going to be... But I was a big sports fan, and I follow sports in general, and I was a Sports Center devotee, so I knew what was going on in the world of sports, even ones that I didn't follow closely. But,
So is bison legal in boxing?
no,
or-
absolutely not. It's not like you said bison, though. Are bison legal? I have a couple that I'd really like to put in the ring. I think they do well.
Oh, no.
This is Mike Bison. And Robbie. There's no joke that I just like the name.
Oh,
I hate that she asked him for a donut and then she doesn't eat it.
Yeah.
Just
And
throwing
they just
it
like
away.
throw it into
It's a big donut.
pitcher
And Roy doesn't have a lot of
or
money.
something.
Yeah, I think he holds up a blender.
Yeah.
See some water damage on the ceiling of the Winnebago. Another bottle of liquor there. Maybe the same one from earlier. I like the paper towel holder on the wall.
Nice. Would you like a paper towel holder on the wall?
It is what it is.
Okay.
I had one.
Oh, you did?
One of y'all broke it.
Oh. Sounds like us.
It's just a small space for him and Romeo to have to share.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, our house isn't huge, but we have a little more room to move around than that, at least. I mean, I know
True.
they've got the driving range and they've got the exterior, but
I know recently tiny home things, vehicle home things have been very popular.
Do you guys know that South Carolina is one of the 3 states where you can own a kangaroo without a license?
How did we get to kangaroos?
So I got
thought
this
you were going to
kangaroo
say
that I'm hoping to
bison.
put in the ring against a bison.
Oh, God. Kangaroo wins.
It's South Carolina, West
sure we've all
Virginia,
seen
and
this.
Wisconsin.
The stereotype of the boxing kangaroo.
Huh?
I said, I'm sure we've all seen the stereotype
Oh,
of the
yes.
boxing kangaroo.
But also,
Are they
The fact that I have
supposed
connection to 2 of the 3 states, yeah, that's bizarre.
but the fact nobody wants to box a kangaroo.
It's like,
Just
I
one
appreciate
kid
the
could
therapy
kill
you're
you.
offering for free, but why'd you have to waste my donut? I paid good money for that.
Probably.
There you go, armadillos.
Yeah.
Oh my god, hit it!
What are those?
Well, if I hit an
They're
armadillo,
just
golf
markers
club.
for the tee box.
Okay. What
Do you
did
think
you
it was
say?
golf for the armadillo?
No! Why would you go? Excuse me! Did you hear this? Unless you mean that armadillo is playing golf with you, the
No,
answer is
maybe
no.
the golf
No, you would injure if not kill it.
I still,
Oh my dear
I
God.
still won't die. don't try me as an armadillo.
Please do not go for them armadillos in that sense.
See, you could see on his ball, it looked like he had a black dot to the left of the brand and a red dot on the right side of it. So I guess that's like 10 cups mark.
Nice.
I like this. When he's obnoxious and arrogant like this, I find him mildly attractive. And I was like, well, good, because that's his best side.
Lol.
You got armadillos on the
Signs.
whole signs as well.
Yeah, I think they're on the flags too.
Yeah. Seems to be, like I said, I know
Armadillo movie.
I know most of the golf scenes were shot on 2 courses, one in Texas and one in Arizona. And the one in Arizona has the hole that serves as the big climactic hole for the movie.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know if every hole in the U.S. Open portion of the movie was shot in Arizona. They could have mixed up courses. I'm not sure. Like I said, honestly, I always thought they did just shoot it at one of the golf courses here in North Carolina. I was surprised to find out they didn't.
Guys, this is important. So, because you wanted to look up where you can own kangaroos that have absolutely nothing to do with
That's
anything.
kangaroos without a permit. There's more places where you can own kangaroos with
That's
a permit.
great. So, anyway, I looked up can you
Including
legally
Texas.
own an armadillo. And the first result I get is only 4 states have no rules for owning an exotic animal. North Carolina is one of them. So, Dad, armadillos.
Well, if we get on an armadillo here, can we own a sloth? Because they seem like the perfect pet.
You know, I should look that up
Can I
again,
own
but
a
maybe
turtle?
not now. You can own turtles in the state of North Carolina, you just can't buy them. So you gotta go out of state to buy them.
2-stroke penalty for soliciting
steal
shot
one out of the
selection
ocean.
advice.
Please do not steal sea turtles.
I mean, I feel like
Yeah,
Romeo overreacts a little bit here. I know he wants
A
to
little bit,
listen
yeah.
to him, but I think he would have
Yeah.
been fine hitting this shot.
Look. If I
But he's not
take
going to hit it now because he just broke the driver.
Yep.
some baby turtles that are hatched, I'm honestly doing them a favor. They have like a 9% of dying in the ocean.
Usually only one of each lives.
Do you guys know what a
Did
dog leg is on a golf course hole?
No, I'm too busy discussing the likelihood of
As Romeo breaks the
baby
three wood.
turtle.
A dog leg is
Living.
when the hole doesn't go straight. It goes straight for a time and then breaks hard to the left or right, so it kind of looks like a dog's leg.
We played a thing like that in my golf
Yeah,
last
I'm
night.
sure.
And it
And
annoyed me.
the strategy is either you follow the hole just along the fairway, so you go one way, then you're going to turn and go the other, or sometimes you can cut it off, yeah, and save a stroke. Dog legs are generally going to be par 5. Sometimes they're going to be a par 4.
Nice.
On a par 4, the idea is most people should be able to reach the green in 2 and be putting for a birdie.
Yeah.
Par 5, it usually takes 3, but if you find a way to cut it off, if it's a short par 5 and you're a particularly long hitter, you can sometimes get, on the green in 2 and putt for an eagle.
The Mario Golf stuff we played last night, everything was par 3, wasn't it?
The New Donk City course is all par 3, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we played a regular course before that, though.
I thought you and Dad only played New Donk last night.
Did we?
Yeah, because we played 2. And in the first one, you knocked me off the building and screwed me over for the rest of the game.
And the second time, you screwed yourself over.
Yeah.
He
On the
worked so
same
hard
exact hole.
getting
I know, he
his golf
got his clubs back, and they seem so important. He just broke them all.
Yeah, somebody
But still, I'm doing that Cito a favor.
I'm surprised he's not getting a penalty for littering on the course, throwing all those broken golf clubs there.
You would have thought something would have happened by now.
Don't still
In
see
real
it.
life.
I'm not happy, man. I'm tired. It's a great performance by Cheech.
Facts.
I mean, Cheech is really good in comedy, but you see him playing drama here, too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I mean, he's got funny moments in the movie, but... Yeah,
Walking
there he goes.
away.
Somebody's got to pick up all those golf clubs and do something with them.
Facts.
And once again, openly trying to essentially break the law right in front of everybody, including the course marshal.
Facts.
Take a bet? Come on, somebody take a bet. 7-iron to play the whole course. He's even going to have to
Frick that
which is
up.
really dangerous because you don't want to chip on the green. I'm pretty sure that would be a penalty. Not positive about that, but I think so.
Since when?
What do you mean, since when?
Since when is chipping on the green a penalty?
I don't think in organized golf competition you're allowed to chip it all on the green. Use the putter for it. Because it would be, for one thing, it would mess up the green. You take divots out of it, it's not going to be a nice flat surface for people to putt on. See, when you hit with the 7-iron, you're going to take divots out.
Okay, I had to double check
So he's got
myself
to be
real
really
quick.
careful that he doesn't actually chip there. It's a nice putt.
Very nice putt. Cheech and Chong on TikTok.
Together.
Who won?
Yes.
I like the way he carries the club in his belt loop like a sword.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed he didn't finish the move with the 7-iron.
I like homeboys dance back there. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, the armadillo flag.
Even though he doesn't even make that shot. Oh, he's going to turn around and do a lefty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pretty short putt. It's not that impressive. You see the spikes on the bottom of his shoes there.
I wasn't
Different pair of
studying.
golf
I'm to
shoes.
be fair, he did putt with the 7-iron.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, putting is kind of just putting. You probably
It's
Who's Dr. Griswold in the
successful.
background there?
The clubs are shaped.
She's got a boyfriend. What's the matter with
Yeah,
her?
but I think you can
I
successfully
believe that's a
putt
dragonfly
with
floating around in the
any
background as well.
club.
But they're different shapes. They're gonna be hit differently.
I know, but putting. You know, like sitting there and really hitting it, you know?
Yeah, but the
You're, like,
shape of the
tapping
putter
it.
still matters.
To some degree.
Okay.
It's okay with me.
You're not gonna be using a freaking sword to putt.
I mean, if you really
What's with her
wanted
hair,
to.
though? Look at the back of it, the way it's poofed up. Is that intentional? I mean, she's been wearing
I
a hat, so
assume
is it just
so.
hat hair, or was that actually, did she actually mean to style her hair that way?
Ow.
It looks odd.
Might be the style.
And it looks like she's got like some extensions back there or something.
Could be.
But it's obvious, you know?
I mean, I have seen hairstyles where the back is
Like I say,
intentionally
maybe it's just
poofed.
from wearing a hat.
Possibly.
Yeah.
'Cause at least the character's been wearing the hat all day, so it could be intentional. But it's striking to me. It's odd.
What else has she been in?
Lethal Weapon 3 and 4.
I haven't seen those.
Anything
Something yeah, a lot, but I'm off the top of my head.
Probably nothing that I've seen.
I remember he used to have a lethal weapon like
No,
SNES game.
honestly, I feel like there's something we've watched
What's her
that she
name?
was Renee Russo. But just off the top of my head, it's not coming to me. That's one of the early things I remember her in was Lethal Weapon 3. Because you know in Mallrats they do the scene where they're comparing like scars,
Yeah.
which is a takeoff on a scene in Jaws.
This says she was at the the Dark World.
Oh yeah, she's Thor's mom.
Oh yeah.
Frigga, yeah.
I was
I knew
thinking,
there
like,
was something,
what
but I
the
couldn't
hell?
think of it.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
But yeah,
Wow.
a lot of people think that it's a play on a scene from Jaws when they're doing the same thing. But there's a similar scene in Lethal Weapon 3 where she and Mel Gibson are comparing like battle scars. And so depending on how old you are, a lot of people see that scene in Mallrats and think, oh, it's like the Lethal Weapon scene, but it's actually an homage to the Jaws scene. In fact, the bar's even set up to look like the inside of the boat in Jaws.
Nice. I've never seen Lethal
Talking
Weapon.
Chasing Amy on, well, there's Lethal Weapon 3, but still.
I've never seen any of them, so.
I've seen all of them. They're good.
Nice.
Good 80s action.
I've also
movies.
never seen
I only
Jaws.
played some of the SNES
I've only
games.
seen part of Jaws. I've never seen all of it. I was looking forward to Moose Jaws though. I want to see Kevin Smith's shot-by-shot remake of Jaws, but featuring a moose instead. But
Have you ever seen a moose
in person?
in anything?
Yeah.
I don't like how big they are.
I'm sorry.
The big boys.
They're freaking giants. Like,
They'll probably
what?
destroy your car.
What gives Moose the right?
Moose, what gives you the right to be so damn big?
Yeah,
You're
like
taking up too
bigger.
much space on this planet. How dare you?
You try and have
Damn you
those
for
in your
naturally
your
growing
car's
so
a
large.
crumple.
Oh yeah, your car's a goner. You're definitely a goner. Nothing is going to survive a moose.
The moose is all like, did something hurt me?
I mean, big boys.
Yeah.
Moose is a moose of coos of coos.
Also, if you ever see a moose,
No one
just
can
go.
fuck with a
Just
moose.
leave.
But
You
they're
are
at-
dead. You are
Coos, the
gone.
they're
Moose
at-
of Coos, the
I mean, like,
famous Mr.
why
Seuss.
is it so big?
But directly asking for a friend.
Is that
What?
floating? Someone like Photoshop that in where it looks like it's flying.
What would win? A moose or a rhino?
A moose.
I don't know. Rhino has those horns and that
They're
thick
both
eye.
big and they both have horns.
But a moose has its antlers, and it's a moose.
What would win, a moose or Mike Bison?
A moose.
What would win? A kangaroo or a moose?
A moose. All it has to do is duck its head down, just
A
fling the kangaroo.
A kangaroo on a moose.
Who would win in this bet going on in the movie? Tin Cup or a moose?
A moose.
Oh, a moose.
A moose is okay carry the golf ball away.
See, here's one thing I like about Tin Cup. He's our protagonist. He's our hero, for lack of a better term. But he's fallible. He messes up. He gets,
Very much.
you know, sometimes it's nice to have a hero who messes up, who's human, who's
Main character
imperfect.
who's not flawless.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Cloud in
But
Final
that's a
Fantasy
good
VII.
thing.
That's why I like Cloud so much, because you can relate.
You need a main character that has flaws. And that's the whole intent is to make is
I mean, sometimes it's nice to have a
Yeah,
hero
like
who,
flaws,
you know, gets
yeah.
the best of everybody too. It just depends. I like a variety of my heroes. I like the hero variety pack.
I just feel like flawed characters make bad characters.
What is it with moose antlers?
At least for the most part.
This really just thick thing going on.
Why are you talking about moose antlers?
Because I was looking at pictures of moose. And, like, have you seen the antlers?
What
They're not like deer antlers.
What would win, a goldfish or moose?
Always a moose. But look at that thing.
But how is a
It's like a
moose
Venus
gonna fight?
flytrap.
How is a moose gonna fight a goldfish?
If he breaks the...
Moose can go
Jars
in
in.
water.
No, the goldfish is in the ocean.
I don't think goldfish live in the ocean.
I don't think so
I'm sure they're
either.
freshwater fish.
He's in a bowl in the ocean.
But moose can go in water.
I mean, if the
At least
goldfish is
so
in the
much.
ocean, I think the goldfish is already lost.
He's in a fishbowl in the ocean.
Facts.
In a closed off fishbowl in the
I
ocean.
could not
Still
think of the word
losing.
fishbowl. I called it a jar a minute
Facts.
ago.
Wouldn't it run out of oxygen
look.
at some point?
David's getting the better of Tin Cup
Well, the
here.
moose won't get the goldfish.
He's not hitting it on
That's
the driving
up for
range. He's
debate.
going to hit it down the road. Which still could have backfired if he didn't hit it straight, but...
I think that's out of bounds.
Yeah, but they didn't say it had to be in a particular area, just whoever hit it the furthest.
I crit. Moose are apparently capable of swimming and are pretty good at it.
Can they swim underwater though?
Underwater, I don't think so, but...
So can we the goldfish?
And will submerge completely, staying under for 30 seconds or more.
So most of the hippos of Canada?
Moose are fucking beasts!
What
Canadian
red? A hippo
hippos?
or moose?
I don't even know
I don't
anymore.
know, hippos are pretty bad.
Yeah, hippos are
Facts.
chomp.
I know much more than I ever needed to know about moose.
Well, one of y'all had to
Oh.
have driven, so one of y'all has to be able to give Roy a ride home. And that'd be
Facts.
lost. You couldn't all fit in his car, so...
Facts. And maybe if they really cramped into it.
This is probably my second favorite song in the movie.
Nice.
And you see the actor who's singing it in the van or in the Winnebago with them in a little while. He was the doorman at the strip club.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but
What do you think of the cactuses?
the cacti,
Yes.
they're appropriate for Southwestern golf course.
Facts.
Okay, hear me out. A giraffe was a brachiosaurus.
You know, I just realized.
Wouldn't a
Giraffes aren't
brachiosaurus
so
be
big.
huge compared to a giraffe?
I don't
They're
know. How
both
big
pretty
was the
much the same thing.
Brachiosaurus?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the dinosaurs were way bigger.
Probably.
Let's find
What do
out.
you think of Tin Cup having headphones while he's playing golf? I mean, that seems like me, but I wonder if that's even. I mean, I guess it's legal?
Why would it not be legal?
Because golf is fucking elitist and has a lot of gatekeeping rules.
I mean, yeah, but it's just headphones.
I'm trying to remember every single Nicklaus. Jack Nicklaus, one of the greatest golfers of all time, aka the Golden Bear. That's
Nice.
who's being referenced there. TCU, that's Texas Christian University. The Horned Frogs is their mascot. I think LaDainian Tomlinson played for them.
I was gonna just say okay, but then you said frogs.
Yeah, they're the Horned Frogs.
Damn it.
Not just frogs, Horned Frogs.
I love frogs.
If LaDainian didn't play for them, I apologize, but I think he did.
I do not know.
How you like Earl Shorts? Pretty much the same as Boone.
Okay, brachiosaurus is a tiny bit bigger.
I feel as though they look better on him, but
Clint
they
has
still don't
similar
look.
shorts too. His are just green plaid instead of red.
Well, see, some people's shirts work on it. Did not work for that one dude.
Apparently, he needs this putt to qualify. I'm surprised he played so poorly. I guess he really needed Romeo. Well, not to say he played poorly, but you'd think he would have won more handily.
Yeah.
Brachiosaurus are a bit bigger.
Yeah, you think?
I still think
You know,
the
dinosaurs-
giraffe has a
Instead of
chance.
needing this long, winding putt. Look
I
at
still
this.
think the giraffe
That's
has
a
a
hell of a
chance.
putt.
That is.
You see, the giraffe has a knife.
How is it holding so nice?
Mouth.
mouth.
Just slices
Right at the neck.
Yeah, either neck or chest. Can we just acknowledge the fact that dinosaurs could have been rainbow?
Dinosaurs could be anything. We don't know. We've
Yeah,
never
we
seen a skinned
could.
dinosaur.
Yeah, we could have so many things wrong about them.
For all we know,
Now,
they
see, in
even
most
look like
states,
big
it wouldn't be
marshmallows.
legal for Tin Cup to drink while someone else is driving. But as far as I know, open containers are still legal in Texas. You can't drink and drive, but somebody else can drink in the car while you're driving. In most states, if you have an open container, it's... Now, that could have changed, but at least as of the 80s.
What about in
And this is from the
96?
90s. Well, I don't know. Last time I heard it referenced was in the 80s.
Okay,
And I've just gone on thinking that Texas hasn't changed at all since the 80s.
probably not.
Pair of hard hats on.
Last time they changed was probably maybe for the 80s.
I love the fact there's a no gambling sign right there.
Yeah.
And clearly that is being ignored. I always liked Tin Cup shirt there. It's a nice button up. I was into button ups at this time.
I don't like button-ups.
I don't.
Buttons are
I
dumb.
don't really
love
want to use for them
button-ups.
anymore, but
I have a bunch sitting in a drawer.
I like buttons
They were
in
all
general.
yours.
Buttons are annoying.
Except for one of them. One of them is just mine.
Buttons are annoying.
I mean, yeah, but if all you do is throw on the shirt, you don't have to mess with the buttons.
Then why would I button up?
Because you need it a little more than whatever you put on under it.
Do
Or
I
you
cool
want it a
jacket?
little bit.
Do I like jacket?
so he said you're back, Romeo. I wonder where Romeo was because I don't think he went straight from the one tournament to the next one. I assume there were a few days in between that, so I wonder where Romeo was
Yeah.
shacking up in between.
He was in the deep. He was in the deep of the
strip.
mountains.
I mean, I don't know. I
It's
really,
all
have,
for the
I really
show.
have no idea how the qualifying tournaments for the U.S. Open work. They could literally be back to back. But then again, they were in the Winnebago for this one, and they went and got the doorman from the strip club. So I assume they had to come back to town. And
So far, all I can say is that currently, open containers are legal in Texas.
so I'm sure they were still in. If they were in the 80s and they are now, I doubt it changed in between.
What?
I have an open pen,
It's
but
referring to alcohol, Dylan.
Facts.
yes, I know.
Like here, you can't have an open. Even if you're not drinking, there's no evidence to drinking. If you're
Yeah, yes.
found
I
to have
know.
an open container of
I was
alcohol
making
in
it
the
too.
car,
It's
that's
comedy.
legal.
It's comedic.
Was it though?
Yes. It was comedic.
So see that. So that's when you
I'm
say a
playing-
joke and it doesn't land and nobody laughs.
I'm playing the audio
It's
track
bad
of
form.
everyone laughing. Ha ha ha! So funny, Dylan. That's exactly what they said. They said it into a microphone and recorded it and sent it to me. Within those 0.25 seconds.
That's
That's
a
what the
lot of
audience did.
waffles.
It's just a bucket full.
Still
no
relatively
more or less
a
than
lot.
what Romeo's cleaning behind him or what we saw on the wall earlier.
Oh, I understand. But still relatively a lot. Does it not make you think of Chloe?
Well, I mean, it's the same model car.
It makes you think of her. Just everything about it.
Now, see, all of a sudden, Tin Cup is hung down with what they refer to as the shanks here, where he just can't hit the ball well at all. They're all spitting off to the side. They're not going straight and true and forward and high.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get that you can get messed up to where you're not in a good place and your swing's not working and you're not hitting the ball the way you should. But the idea here that just every shot is a terrible shot and you just can't get it straight, I'm not sure I buy into that exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe the idea is that the majority of the shots are, he'll have a few good ones here, but most of them are bad, as opposed to normally when most of them are good and a few of them are bad.
Yeah.
But it does make it seem like all of a sudden you can just get in your head where you just can't hit straight at all.
Yeah. What's
I mean,
with golf clubs?
I'm not it helps you grip the club,
Okay.
so it doesn't twist around in your hand or anything.
Just on one hand, though.
Yeah.
I believe that could happen.
It just makes
Maybe not every single shot.
So that's what I'm saying. They make it seem like he just flat out cannot hit the ball decent at all of a sudden. That seems a little hard to believe to me. I get where you could just get in a funk and not be playing well and not be able to hit as well as normal and most of your shots don't do what you want, but the idea that you just can't even get a good shot out of any of them, I don't know. It feels a bit extreme to me. Not that I'm complaining. It works fine for the narrative, and like I say, I'm not a full-time golfer, certainly not a professional.
I would just like to say, looking up alcohol stuff, it wasn't until 1984 that the National Minimum Drinking Age Act was put in place.
I just noticed that some of the boys were still in the driving range clubhouse there. You can see them through the window.
Well, nice. But also, technically, states could have a lower age than 21, but they'd lose 10%
Drinking age
of the
was
highway
18
funding.
for a while.
Yeah, I'm just saying, technically it could still be lower than 21, but the state would lose 10% of its highway funding, and so, of course, states set it to 21.
It's like, yeah, you could, but
Well,
Okay, so now she comes upon Roy trying out all this paraphernalia that she brought when they were first introduced to purportedly help with the golf swing. Why's he got to do it in his underwear? Wouldn't you think he'd be doing it, like, out actually on the range where he could fully swing?
A, yes, B, why does he have it?
I guess she just left it there.
I was gonna say, why didn't she just take it?
When he told her it was a bunch of junk, she probably just didn't want it back.
Might have been able to sell it to some other fool.
He probably needed the money more than she did.
I've just read an update on this. It's actually nowadays they won't lose 10%. It's only 8% starting in 2012, so even less punishment if they lower it.
First thing I'm doing is governor.
But
I didn't know you had government aspirations.
right?
No, I don't. I bet I'm a governor.
It was July 1988. About 4 years after that was put into place, that all 50 states and DC
That was a
had
funny line
minimum
you talked
age.
over. He's like, I got the shake. She's like, are you taking penicillin? Like it's an STD.
Yep.
I like the way her mind just went right there.
Her hair looks a little odd in this moment to me, because this is on that.
Wavy.
Well, yeah, but on that one side, it's like a little, like, kind of
She used a
poofy
curling iron.
situation, and she's got like
Her hair
a little
looks
piece
more normal here
sticking
than it did
out.
earlier.
In that one shot, it's just there's a patch that's a little
Why didn't he
kind of
take the
messy.
pendulum? He pulled the golf club out of the thing. He took some of the stuff off, but he left the pendulum on his hat.
I mean, why not?
What is that even supposed to do?
I guess it's supposed to help you hold your head
Balance?
straight
I have
and
no
not swing
idea.
your head around stick. Because you're supposed to keep your head down while you swing. Keep your eye on the ball.
Oh wait, look. Wait, what?
Turn the hat backwards.
Okay,
Being serious
okay,
now.
hold on. I messed up in that previous statement when I said July 1988, all 50 states and Colombia had a minimum purchase age of 21, with the exception of Louisiana's, I swear I can talk, complicated legal situation. That wasn't resolved until July 1996.
All right.
A lot of
A
things
month
happened
before
in
this movie
July.
came out.
Yeah. A month before this movie came out, Louisiana finally figured out their drinking laws. I have a lot of questions right now.
Well,
That just feels like something that would have been dealt with a lot sooner.
Look, Louisiana's in some time.
I don't know. That's just one of those things that it's always been for me. So it just feels like something that happened a long time ago. But no, it happened in '96. I had friends born before '96.
Well, you realize Mississippi didn't ratify the 13th Amendment until like 1994. So technically, slavery was legal in Mississippi until the 90s.
That reminds me of an article I read, I believe last year, about how they were actually slaves well past that, technically. Yeah. Very illegal, but still happened.
Anyway, Armadillo movie.
Yeah. I tend to forget that technically we are relatively...
That pose right there with his arms above his
Earlier
head
than
and that hat and that tank top.
Yeah.
That's not the cover of the box. There's another shot of him and Rene Russo standing there together, but that's the image I always think of. I feel like that must have been on some of the promotional artwork. That's always the first image I think of when I think of Tin Cup.
Nice. When I think of Tin Cup, I think of the opening scene with the armadillo.
Yes, I know.
Specifically with it on the road.
He totally is not watching the road. Look, he's spending a lot of time looking at her.
In a Disney show I was recently watching, it was a son and a mom in the car because the son was learning how to drive, and he kept doing that, looking over, and eventually they crashed. Everyone was fine though. I mean, the dude they crashed into was pissed off.
Except the son. The son died.
No, everyone was fine, including the dog.
The car died as well.
The car may not have been fine.
Every car was harmed in the making of this video. Even your car. It felt a wave of pain.
Oh god, no, someone watching that video and accidentally crashes. Not bad, like, but crashes into something.
This is a really pretty spot right here.
Facts. It makes me think...
I need a boat.
No, when we go walking to the lake, one of the times we went walking, we saw like a little path off to the side, and we walked down it, and it had water and stuff. And
Yeah,
it makes
we
me
always
think
go
of
over
that.
there.
Will you ever just ride a boat on the river?
I'm not talking about the one where the water goes over the sidewalk.
No, you're talking about early on in the walk before we get to the dog park, right?
I don't remember.
When we go down off
I know
the
I
beaten path
filmed-
down to the...
I filmed a TikTok to a Jurassic Park audio thing.
Yeah, I know that we're talking about because I thought the same thing when we were watching this last night.
Oh, nice.
Well, do you ever just like sail an old floaty and float down the river?
No.
Why?
I don't trust rivers.
Wouldn't you love to just navigate down a river though and like actually take a trip down a river?
Maybe.
I mean, something maybe you were in control of the vehicle or whatever, but actually
As long as I don't
navigate it and
end up
see where all
in
it
the river.
goes. It'd be really neat to just follow the river.
Like I said, as long as I don't end up in the river.
Like I say, not you know,
Well,
you can
tip
stop
over.
and get off or turn around and go back. You're in control of where you're going, but just to actually see where the river goes and not have to follow the roads for once.
Yeah.
Just actually see where the water takes you.
Yeah.
I just think that'd be neat to explore.
Could you imagine like traveling to school by river? Oh, I don't need to go to school. Gets in raft.
I was saying more of a pleasure cruise
I know, but could you imagine?
or an informational voyage.
That would be one way to get to school. I don't.
I mean, have to walk
I would.
It's
home.
interesting that not only does he keep alcohol in the car, but he keeps the cup for it too.
I mean, look. If you're gonna keep alcohol in the car, might as well keep.
Could you just drink straight from the
Come
bottle?
on. Maybe he wants to feel like he has some control, some
He's like-
self-control.
Gotta stay classy.
Exactly.
She brings a wine glass.
Champagne glass.
Oh, yes. You're drinking beer. Yes, I know.
but no, they taste
He's
it like
not
you would
drinking
taste
beer.
wine. Whatever alcohol they're drinking, puts it in a champagne glass and tastes it as though it's wine. God. I don't know if I would strangle or marry that person.
I don't know if I would mangle or stare at that person.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
I don't know if I would Tom or Jerry that person.
Why?
I don't know if I would bomb or bury that person.
I'm a little concerned about that statement.
I win.
Ding.
Yeah, it's your turn. Gosh. Fair.
Yeah. I'm just curious of what Louisiana's legal situation was.
Oh, no, Louisiana.
Nice. That's rare.
That's fair.
Samuelson? Yes, it's fun.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to remember his actual name.
So it's interesting he took her back to her clinic, not her house or anything.
Yeah, especially since didn't she say
So is that just is that just an effect of they're shooting the movie and they don't want to have to find another location? Or within the context of the story, does she actually live like above her practice?
That is
there
very
could very well be an
possible.
apartment there.
Very, very possible. Well, it's kind of like that idea. I've never been able to recreate it in one of my video games because they don't allow it, and it's annoying.
I'm assuming maybe she doesn't live there because there was a lot of doctors listed on that wall.
True.
It wasn't just her.
True.
This
What if it's like an apartment?
This is probably my fourth favorite song in the movie right here. This Chris Isaac song.
Uh-huh.
When I was younger, I used to believe dreams came true. Now I wonder.
Yeah. Now this one I noticed a little
For the
bit.
most part, I like the melancholy songs.
Well,
And I don't know if we're going to get to it, but my third favorite song is Going Back to Salome, the Sean Colvin song that plays toward the end of the credits.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that, but it's toward the very end of the movie. And I don't know if we're going to hang on that long.
yeah. Could you imagine having like an art gallery shop situation, but then above it was where you live,
I don't
stayed,
like art
etc.
galleries.
But it's like that industrial style with the bricks.
Yeah, you know the shopkeepers of Honeydukes live above the shop
Nice.
in the Harry Potter universe.
Nice. So I like things
Why not
like
live
that.
below your shop?
Because
in the basement.
the only thing below their shop is the tunnel that leads to
True.
Hogwarts.
But in theory, you could do that. In theory, it would
Alright, so
probably be safer.
here we go. Here's the talked about scene, the Welcome to North Carolina sign. They
Why?
had to bring the Winnebago down and get that one shot. Now this I think they may have shot in North Carolina too, because I don't know how many
Probably.
pine trees there are in
Can we go find that sign?
Texas. We could find similar signs for sure.
I don't want to find similar ones. I want that
I mean, if you're coming
exact
from
one.
Texas, that's probably does 20 come in North Carolina? It's probably I-40.
I don't know. I know
Yeah,
it's probably out near the mountains.
Yeah, it's probably I-40 because 20 goes from Texas. 20 goes from South Carolina all the way to California. Then it goes to California. Definitely goes through Texas. It might change to 10 at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's probably 40 if you're coming straight into North Carolina from Texas.
Well, look, all we have to do.
Now, wait a minute. I do want to say really quickly. They don't name this golf course here, and like I said, in actuality, it was shot in at least Arizona, if not Arizona and Texas.
Uh-huh.
But I've always assumed this is Pinehurst number 2, which is a real golf course in North Carolina that has hosted the U.S. Open before.
Uh-huh.
Not at this point. It wasn't scheduled to host it in '96. I think it was in California in '96. But I've always assumed this is supposed to be Pinehurst number 2, even though they didn't actually name it, probably because they didn't actually shoot
Yeah.
on it, and you would know the holes didn't actually match up. But in my head canon, they're at Pinehurst number 2, which is about an hour and a half down the road from us.
Damn.
And playable in many of the Tiger Woods in EA Sports golf games.
Nice. I was going to say that. See, all we have to do to find that sign is leave the state in the direction of Texas on the proper highway, then get on an
Well,
exit.
guess what? If it's 40,
Yeah.
we've left the state. That's how we go to Wisconsin. That's how we go right into Tennessee.
Okay. You said to Wisconsin. I'm like, hold up, that's the
When
opposite
we go to
direction,
Wisconsin,
sir.
we go into Tennessee and then up through Kentucky.
Facts. But see, would they have gone through Tennessee?
Yeah, if they took 40.
Are you sure they went through Tennessee and not
If
down?
they took 40, they did.
Okay, but see, this is the thing. To find that sign, do we need to go to Tennessee or
I mean,
South Carolina?
Yes, it is possible they took 20 into South Carolina and then took, I don't know what highway they would take into Pinehurst for sure.
I was going to say, which direction is this golf course from us?
But a lot of these guys are real golfers, too. This is really Johnny Miller that approaches them.
I don't know, if we have to find the highway, leave the state, take an exit, come back into the state. That's all we have to do. But first we have to figure out
Well,
what highway.
guess what? In our travels, odds are we've passed that sign. If it's-
Probably, but now I need to
it's
actually
really one of the
see it.
signs.
And I need to be able to get... Can't sit on the side of the highway, can you?
I mean, we can pull over quick enough to take a picture.
I was sitting there, I need to just line up a picture, take it just like that shot.
Yeah.
Romeo got Johnny Miller's autograph.
Yeah.
To my best friend, Romeo. I would never want somebody to autograph something like that to me. I mean, if we're not really friends, and if we are really friends, why am I asking for your autograph? I mean, I might. Would you ask a friend for an autograph? I probably would, to be honest with you.
It depends.
I'd give my friends my autograph.
Nice. So would I. I'm trying to think of what autographs I've ever gotten. I know I got one from Lainey Pope.
But unless they were actually, my best friend, I wouldn't want them to autograph something that way.
Yeah, that makes me think of... There's a video of Sebastian
I
Stan.
think that's Lee Jansen, one of the golfers.
Nice.
He would win the U.S. Open, a couple years after this, maybe 97. Hell, he might have won it in 96.
Nice. But there's a video of Sebastian
Maybe Ernie
Stan
Ellis won it in
signing
96.
autographs, and a fan comes up and he's signing a picture for her or whatever, and he messes up her name or something, and so he ends up writing like a long thing and going on about, oh yeah, it was a great night last night, long night, stuff like that, because he messes up her name. And I was sitting like, well, that was a nice autograph.
Just in case y'all were wondering, the very first U.S. Open,
Yeah.
1895.
There were U.S. Opens before there was a solid drinking age in the U.S.
Okay, Jansen won it in 98. Steve Jones, who really won it in 96.
Nice.
And actually, Tiger won his first in 2000. He just destroyed the field.
The year before I was born. He still golfs, doesn't he?
He got hurt not that long ago, and I don't think he's come back from it yet. He was in a car accident or something. He got messed up his knee pretty badly.
I knew I had noticed whatever that he had it
But I'm
been
not
doing
sure.
it,
I
but
barely
thought he
follow
was back.
sports at all anymore, and golf was always one I followed the least. So, I mean, some of my family members are really into golf, like my grandfather and my uncle and my dad to a lesser degree. But not being around them, I followed less and less. So,
Nice to know. Continuing on, I would like to say that Drinking Act only does apply to the 50 states.
So Romeo's able to cure Tin Cup Shanks just by making him stop thinking about them. He has him turn his hat around, stick a tea in his ear, and
Makes sense.
move the change in his pocket.
It's just one of
And now
those
he's gonna get Tin Cup
your head
drunk.
in the game
He
situations.
thinks the best way to start the U.S. Open is with a hangover.
Always is.
I have to say, when I used to watch this movie regularly, I was not a drinker at all, so I could not appreciate this.
I'm sorry. Do you know?
And last night was the first time that I'd ever watched it since I'd ever had a hangover of my own.
Nice.
And I can't imagine. I mean, 4 hours. I don't know.
No.
Get 4 hours of sleep and then pop up, maybe.
No. I mean, I've never been
Because there are times that I've gotten really drunk and felt bad, and then a few hours later I didn't feel so bad, but then maybe later on I'd feel worse again.
Yeah. Nice
So,
to know.
I don't know.
I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, we were talking. This was filmed in
You okay?
Texas and Arizona.
Yeah.
It says filmed in Texas. It's filmed in Texas and Arizona, yeah.
Arizona, is that the state High School Musical was shot in?
I have
Who knows?
no idea.
God damn it.
Maybe, you mean like the second one, maybe?
Maybe.
Where they're at the club?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Okay, yeah, I'm a big idiot for numerous reasons. At least the first one was, hold up. High School Musical was filmed in Utah.
Yeah.
Okay, but in the movie it's set in New Mexico, but it's filmed in Utah. And I'm just calling myself an idiot for that because I've watched High School Musical, the series, which is supposed to be about the students at the school where the musical was shot. So, of course, that's based in Utah. And the main characters, one of them actually gives the other one a Utah snow globe because she's leaving the state in part of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's a fun fact.
You know what a fun fact is? I would not want to play golf hungover.
That sounds reasonable.
I mean, the closer the drinking, the better. I mean, the further away, the better, too. But if I'm going to be hungover that day.
Yeah.
Clearly didn't work out for Cup either, shooting an 83.
Fact.
What's with the purple collar that guy's got in front of the cop there?
I'm
You
not
see?
sure.
Well,
I did see
I
it.
ran a little jump in the video there. I hope that doesn't mess anything up. Thanks a lot, HBO Max. Well, hey, now look, the
HBO
captions are back on the top again.
I see that.
I guess the changes depending on what I think.
Now, in that
is
shot, it
best.
kind of works. Anyway, I'm going to throw another cue in here as soon as I can. Thanks for the snort, Don. I'm sure we appreciate it.
I
very much.
apologize.
You know.
Hungover and still drinking.
You see, he's
Really?
wearing a different hat there.
It's an Infinity visor.
Yeah, earlier he was wearing Nissan.
Well, he could have... It'd be strange that you'd be sponsored by two different car companies, but it's definitely Well, you say earlier. You mean earlier in the same tournament or earlier in the movie?
Just earlier in the movie.
His sponsorship could have changed or
Yeah.
something.
It's just a little detail that I had noticed. What do you think of visors?
I used to like them a lot. I don't spend much time with them now.
Who needs a visor? Just look at the
I hear
sun.
we're fixing to get the payoff
Intimidate
from
it.
earlier when Tin Cup had told Dr. Griswold that David Sims was mean to old people, children, and dogs if he wasn't on camera, and then his friends reiterated that at one of the qualifying tournaments.
Yeah.
And it seems like such a random thing to say, but then his friends back it up, and then we're literally going to get a payoff to all that as we have an old couple and their grandson and a dog.
Yep.
They want an autograph, and he's going to be a dick to him, and he's even going to tell the dog off on the way out. Now,
Literally unnecessary.
I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the couple there are Kevin Costner's parents.
Nice.
I think I've read that somewhere before, so don't hold me to it. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure if they're not his parents, they're like his aunt and uncle or something.
Nice.
I don't know about the kid. And now just that scene was enough to turn Dr. Griswold against him and move on to Tin Cup.
Well, now she realizes that
I mean,
they're
I
not
know, but if you
making it
really
up
have a
and
good, solid
whatnot.
relationship, you see one bad incident.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, look, it is what it is. This is basically a fairy tale.
But maybe since
back.
him and all his friends were telling her that,
Wait
and
for this,
clearly...
wait for this. Hold on. I think I can. Tin Cup's drinking. He's cup down.
Hat down.
Damn it, he bounced it around. Okay, I'll try to give you I'll give you a better one in a minute.
But, they weren't saying it just to try to get her to leave him and whatnot, like it was an honest thing. You know, maybe she's sitting here like, okay, maybe those guys were right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sam's drinking a frosty beer.
Nice.
A bug.
Why'd you drink a beer in a cup like that?
Why wouldn't
That's
you?
what the clubhouse serves it in.
That's
got a
a
fancy
fancy
glass.
glass.
Yeah, it's got like a name. It's just a tall glass.
Beer isn't
And
fancy.
drink. That was cup drinking. And Sims is gonna drink now.
Wow.
Okay, I think we're all good. I don't think I
wish we
don't
had.
think we saw really mess anything up.
Like, nothing fancy like that, just some plain clear glasses, you know?
Word.
I like
They are
them.
fancy.
So 2 shot of Tin Cup and Romeo back to Sims and Molly back to Cup and Romeo back to Sims and Molly. I think we should be all lined up. We're fixing it.
I think so, and if you're not, are you watching the same movie?
Oh, frick, I was watching Shrek 3 this entire time.
Cup's fixing to get his mojo back. Molly's proposing this impossible shot, having no idea if he can make it or not.
True.
I mean, Romeo approves. He's gonna give her a nice little raise the glass and head nod here in a minute. It's one of my favorite parts.
Nice.
But Roy just wants to slink back the sail between his legs. That does not feel like Tin Cup. But
Facts.
then again, he hasn't done anything in the last 30 years, so maybe it is like Tin Cup.
Facts.
And 83. That's actually not a bad round at the US Open. The US Open is a notoriously tough golf tournament because they played on courses that have very high rough. And so you
Makes
have
sense.
to stick to fairways.
I bet I could beat him, because I'm built different.
Sir, if you could even get into it.
Right here, Romeo's
wish
going to start
I
analyzing
could
it.
get
He's checking it
13 on
out,
that
looking. He sees. There's back to Sims. Back to Molly. Romeo, raise the glass. There we go. She raised it back. You got this, Pods. Hooded for. I don't know what he means by hooded.
Alright,
He starts by turn it over, so I don't know if he's saying to twist the club or something. I don't know enough about golf to know what he's talking about.
Upper handed
Start acting like men, damn it. We need some mansplaining here.
Men.
Is there. Alright, here we go. He's getting the ball. When it hits the ground, that's my final time cue. The golf ball will hit the ground. Right. Oh, wait, he throws. Okay, it just stopped. Damn it. I'm terrible with the time cues. There's a race on in the background.
The time cue and the Pelican flies away.
Facts.
Alright, as soon as the Pelican leaves the perch, I'm going to call it.
Okay.
Everybody knows, if you've seen Think Up before, you know what's going on here.
Yeah.
He's got to clear these people back. Gary McCord's going to start doing commentary. Oh, we got some people placing bets. I don't recognize them. I don't know if they're real golfers or not, or just extras in the movie. Ooh, she's excited. Apparently she gets turned on by this. Is that Sean Connery in the background? It's not, really. It was a joke.
Nice.
It actually looks more like,
I think I missed it.
what's his name? Who's the director of Titanic? And it looks more like James Cameron.
I think I missed it, but at one point, maybe I don't know. At some point, they're telling people to move and to get down, and one guy gets down, but then kind of reaches for his glass.
Oh.
It's like, wait, don't hit my
Let's
glass.
see if we can see it.
I think it was just kind of in the background. I noticed
Shut
it
up,
the other
McCord.
night when we watched.
Yeah, there
see?
you go.
There.
Just
That's
pops
nice.
up.
All right, here we go. Cup's going to take the shot. One shot for all the glory.
That's when the Pelican flies away.
There it is. Run up. Did he make it?
And
Bam. Pelican is off.
Yep.
Amazing shot.
She looks very proud. I looked up define hooded in golf. The very first thing it says a definition of hooding the club. It says the more common usage means moving one's hands forward when in the address position, moving your hands and therefore the handle of the golf club towards the target, in other words.
Interesting. So I guess instead of holding it straight out, kind of angle it back a little bit.
I guess.
I mean, the head would be angled back
Who
if
knows?
you're moving the handle
Yeah.
forward. And there's a true bro standing out in the rain.
Yeah, a true
His
bro.
buddy's
would
getting
do that.
busy inside their mobile home.
Bro moment.
I like this song that plays. The music's great in this whole movie, man. It really is. I can't stress that enough. It's a great... Take the music out. I'm sure it's still a great movie.
Uh-huh.
But the music just sells it so well.
Nice.
That bed looks awfully big. Did they, like, push two beds together or something?
I have no idea.
I didn't notice the bed in the Winnebago being that big at any time.
I still have no idea.
I mean, look, that looks like easily a twin bed, maybe queen size.
More than twin. I'd say that.
It's twin...
Twin is the size I sleep on.
at least a double bed.
Yeah.
I always get double into because twin seems like it should fit two people. But I guess they call it a twin because you usually have two of them together, or you could put two of them together.
Back to handy dandy Google for me.
Because I think like I have a king size bed, but I don't have a king size box spring. I have two twin box springs
Nice.
and then a king size mattress.
Nice.
You know, mulligan in golf, a mulligan is a do over, which you don't get any real organized. But between buds, you might. I'll give you a mulligan. You can take that shot over.
I don't know anything about golf.
According
Or
to
sex.
According to this very first result, it says the term originally came about because hotels often placed two single beds in the same room. Okay, twin
Yeah,
beds.
there you go.
So, yeah, that's a thing. Now you know.
And well,
The
we finally made it
monkey,
back
no.
inside. Alright, day 2. Now, a golf tournament like the U.S. Open is going to be a 4-day tournament. They're going to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 18 holes each day. After Friday, there's going to be a cut, so all the golfers between a certain score, or a certain percentage of the golfers that fall under this score, there's going to be so many cut based on
Yeah.
the number they score. And so you got to get to the weekend to really be in contention. And the first 2 days, the matchups are just based on whatever the organizers think would be entertaining. And on the weekend, you're matched up with whoever you're next to in the standings. So that's why when Sims and Tin Cup are tied going into the final round, they're the last pairing of the day. So they'd be paired together and they would be the last group out.
Nice. Okay, obviously you've said you keep up with stuff like this, or have kept up with stuff like this. Have you actually sat and like planned and watched it for the 4 days and everything?
Not every hole, not all the coverage, but I mean, I've watched... Probably paid more attention on the weekend than during the week. I do remember my birthday was on like... I feel like my birthday... Maybe they were playing the Open late that year. It started on my birthday that year.
Yeah.
On my birthday was on Thursday, and so I think I remember watching some of it with your grandfather. But
Nice.
you know, most of these guys, as far as I know, are legitimate golfers. These are real golf commentators. Ken Venturi and Jim Nance.
Nice.
As far as I know, the British guy is a real commentator, but I'm not familiar with him. He may be just an actor.
I would not know.
But I mean, you have Gary McCord calling the action along the course, and you have Jimmy, I can't think of his name, from ESPN and ABC. He'll be the one in the press conference.
Nice.
And we're back to the climactic hole, which, like I said, this hole is on a golf course in Arizona. They even have a plaque there. And people go out there and they'll take pictures and stuff.
Would you ever
Recreating
want
the
to
scene.
go out there and golf?
Not with the way the world is right now.
Okay, but like if the world wasn't like this, would you do it?
I don't have that much hope for the future, so...
Okay.
I want to see someone hitting this shot in real life right now.
Right now.
Yep, right now.
And once again, he's not...
I'm not sure.
Once again, he's not going to try to lay up. He's going to try to carry the water.
I'm not sure that golf course is open at the moment, and I'm pretty sure it's a bit too dark to be trying to hit this shot at the moment.
And he knows it right away.
Because as of recording this, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning for us. If that's in Arizona, what time zone are they in?
I think that they are 2 hours different from us. They may be 3.
They are 3 according
Okay.
to this. At least Phoenix is.
There you go. I wasn't sure if they were far enough out.
It looks like some parts of Arizona would only be 2 hours behind us.
Okay. Well, it's not Phoenix. It's
That's just
I can't remember the
default
name.
city
It's
it
not.
gives
It's not
me.
one of the big cities.
Okay.
So, and I'm sorry, I don't recall what the name.
Well, as of recording this, it is either 1 or 2:30 in the morning about. So I don't think anybody's trying to hit this shot at the moment.
Everyone's trying to hit the shot right now.
62. Most golf courses that's 10 under par is 10 under par on this golf course. Occasionally you'll see a golf course that's par 71. I think Pebble Beach is par 71.
Nice.
And occasionally you'll see some that are par 73, but almost always the par on a golf course is going to be 72 for 18 holes.
Nice.
Best score ever in a round of the U.S. Open, but of course still a long way to go to win the tournament.
Yes.
But that definitely put him back in contention. He shot 83 the first day, which would be 11 over par.
Oh, damn.
So he just shot 10 under, so he's still over par, but obviously it's good enough to make the cut.
Yeah. Waffle House
Waffle
again.
House.
Waffle House and that one F is slightly miscolored.
There's definitely plenty of
That's
Waffle Houses
Waffle
in North
House.
Carolina. There you go, there was another Beetle for you.
Nice.
Wow.
I like beetles.
Man, look at that menu.
I like beetles in every
That's what a Waffle
sense you
House
can
menu
take
looks
that
like.
statement.
You haven't been
Because
to
the
Waffle House that
bugs
many
and the
times.
meat.
There was a beetle in my dream last night. Like an actual beetle, an insect beetle.
Nice. What did it look like?
It was large.
A
We were
band.
debating whether it was a
Beetles.
beetle or something else, too. And I was
A
like, no, it's a
stag.
beetle, and it flew toward us. And
I
it
guess
flew like
that's
into the
my
house.
beat.
Like me and somebody were coming
Beetle.
out of a house, and it was on the porch. It flew in over us, and then I knew to duck as it flew back over us.
Nice.
Oh, look, Doreen and the boys rode a bus all the way from Texas to North Carolina.
That would take a bit. I
I've been
have
at Waffle House.
I had a friend.
Yeah, buses can be ridiculous. Like they talked about riding a bus for 18 hours, which is that's probably about what it takes to literally drive between Texas and North Carolina.
That I don't know.
I've seen bus schedules that take like 18 hours to get from one state to the very next state, and I'm not talking large states either.
Yeah, I just know I have a friend in Arkansas. To drive from her to where we are is like 13 hours. She took a bus from there to us, though, a few years ago, and that took about 24 hours.
Yeah,
So.
it's crazy some of those bus schedules.
I know she's relatively close to Texas because she does take day trips over there.
How do you all feel about the Waffle House?
I feel as though I have like one memory and it's not specific enough to have an opinion.
It's fine. I mean, I don't feel like the stuff you get there's that much better than you can make at home.
I was gonna say,
They
to me,
do-
it feels like a cheap Southern breakfast
I've
place.
heard they have this stuff that they use on the grill. It's sort of like a butter substitute,
Yeah.
and it's unique to Waffle House. I don't know if it's only made for them, but they're pretty well known for it. And it's not something you can just get in stores. You'd have to get it from the manufacturers.
Yeah.
And maybe it's only available to restaurants, but that's supposed to add a flavor to their food that you can't get. But I haven't eaten at one. I don't think I've eaten at one since I heard that.
Nice.
And it always
Okay,
just
new
felt
plan.
Go ahead.
New plan.
Waffle
I'm getting a
House?
Waffle House outfit, sneaking to the back door, while I'm leaving.
They might not have locks on the door. What's the point? It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You just said sneaking through the back door, though. I wonder how easy that is. Because, like, at Arby's,
You think Alan's paying attention?
I'm going to say at Arby's that you couldn't open that door from the outside. We'd have to put something in the door so that it wouldn't shut so we could get back into the store without walking around to the front. Because it was always locked and you could only open it from the inside. So.
Look, as long as you're wearing an outfit, probably no one will question you.
Roy's having another fantastic round. He's coming up to the 18th again, and he's 7 under, which means he's 8 under for the day.
Nice.
So not far off his pace from the day before.
Okay, hold on.
How do we like the black sweater vest with the white polo underneath and the khaki pants?
It's fine with me. Where in Texas did they come from?
Salome.
Do you know how to-
Salome.
Can you respell that? Because I
Salome.
Yes. Yes. E.
I don't even know if it's a real place.
Probably not, but we're gonna find out.
Oh, it could be.
It might be, but I'm just getting that in Arizona, so.
They talk about Odessa. That's where Doreen's from.
Okay, that's a real place.
And my
So.
Tin Cup went to the University of Houston, so it could be
Near
Gulf
Houston.
Coast.
Okay, and where would this be located?
Pinehurst.
Okay,
He should have hit it harder.
I see it. Okay.
I think honestly.
And Roy, he wants to go for it again, but Romeo's reminded him he couldn't lay up, however.
He should have gone for birdie
Well, initially,
every time.
It literally won't show me.
Brain.
It won't show me bus time.
But also I respect.
It's just telling me to take a plane.
Yeah, no, you'd have to actually go on the bus station's website.
Well, sometimes Google will tell me. I will tell you though, it estimates driving 21 hours.
So yeah, 18 hours probably not going to make it.
21 hours is with tolls. If you want to avoid tolls, it's going to take you 22.
I mean, again, too, I'm just assuming it's supposed to be Pinehurst, since that's like the big golf course here. You know, it's fictional, so it could be, you know, closer to the western border. It could be in Asheville or something.
Yeah.
Oh no, it even says Pine. Yeah, okay, so see, it is supposed to be Pinehurst.
Nice.
I thought it wasn't actually ever mentioned in the movie.
Well, maybe it's never mentioned, and they just kind of ended up with that pine in the background.
Well, it says Pine H, so I think they were intending it to be Pinehurst. But of course, since they weren't actually shooting at Pinehurst, you wouldn't necessarily want to represent that too hard, since it's got to be a fictionalized version.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure that for all I know, 18 at Pinehurst looks similar to that hole too. Though.
Maybe.
I mean, we could play it. We could get out Tiger Woods right now and play it.
Possibly. Well, not You knew what I meant. I'm gonna go figure out.
We should do that at twitch.tv/VDC, play some Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Play Pinehurst number 2.
But I respect his dedication to try and make that shot.
I mean...
They have a lot of folks packed in there.
Yeah, they do.
But see, now Romeo's like sitting on the floor in between them, so I think they must have pushed the two beds together or something.
Probably.
If you can even do that in the Winnebago.
Possibly. I personally would not know.
Oh no, it's fog.
I know I've seen people take school buses and turn those into
Waffle
houses.
Early morning.
Those always look really
Colt
cool.
and Romeo going out to hit some balls.
And the way they'll set up beds.
They better get some fans out to remove the fog.
Lol.
I'm sure it'll clear up by later in the day.
Some big fans.
See, the sun's coming up. It's already clearing up.
I was talking about at some point during the... I guess it was earlier. Yeah, it would have been earlier. Those scenes that we were just watching.
And the raking the sand.
They were talking about how the curse was drying and whatnot. I'm like, the curse is already drying after that thunderstorm. I have questions about golf courses.
Why are they raking the sand?
Well, it's summer in the south.
Why do you rake sand?
To make it nice and smooth. Like, even when you're playing golf, once you hit it out, you should rake over your footprints and where you dug out to hit the ball and everything, make it smooth so the balls aren't really getting buried.
Nice.
Any more than they're going to anyway.
Nice. We started talking about golf courses and I completely forgot what I was doing.
I like that line. Don't forget the wave as I blow by.
Cool.
Yeah, see, he's still rocking the Infinity visor today.
How a golf course is
visors
done?
work. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just said how a golf course is done.
What do you mean, how are they done?
I mean, like how you have the separate areas and how they look and everything. How do you construct a golf course?
You lay it out and then you build in your obstacles, like
They put green
traps.
over.
I mean, some of the water's going to be man-made. Sometimes you're building around actual lakes and ponds. And I mean, the fairways, and I guess the greens, I think is Bermuda grass. I mean, you know, your other grass is whatever grows naturally, or you put in a different type of grass, you know, depending on how much you had to take out or how much was missing when you started on that land. I mean, look, I have literally watched the golf course being built. Like I say, that one across the street from my parents. I was over there multiple times, but I wasn't paying that much attention. But you're gonna, like I say, you're gonna have a different kind of grass on the fairway and tee box and the green.
I still say man golf is cooler.
I say I'm down.
Man golf is more about.
Really.
Man golf requires more strategy.
I feel like mini golf's more accessible.
Man golf
This
requires
is
more
what golf
strategy.
is like for me. I'm gonna spend a fair amount of time off the fairway.
Reasonable.
Yeah, there you go. See, it's the same mark. He's got a black dot to the left of the number on the ball and a red dot to the right. I like that consistency. I thought it was on either side of the logo, but it's the number on the ball. So
nice.
And hit a tree. Yep, it's a day on the golf course with Maddie.
And man golf, this probably won't happen to you. Okay, the worst thing you gotta do is somehow hit it over the wall into the water. How do you do that?
Every time I see the name Sims, I'm thinking Phil Sims, the quarterback.
Well,
Who was he's the first athlete to do the, hey, Phil Sims, you've just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do? I'm going to Disney World. I mean, it was a license deal they had already.
Yeah.
They had arranged it with several players depending on who they were. I don't know how many they had because they didn't know who were going to win, but they had the deal, you know, if you win, we're going to find you with our camera and, you know, say the line to us. And apparently he was nervous and was practicing in his hotel room the whole night before. Not the whole night. I'm sure he had some.
Yeah.
I like some of these shots where they'll show the close up of the tee shot and then they'll pull back to watch the ball land.
yeah.
So him and his
perspective.
Him in his hotel. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm
It
going
might
to
have been Disney
Disneyland.
World, to be
I'm
honest
going
with
to Disney World. I'm going to Disney World.
Disney World is the
I'm
bigger,
going
newer
to
one
Disney
in Florida.
World.
Disneyland is the smaller original one in Anaheim.
Disney World sounds cooler. Where's Disney World, did you say?
Disney World is the one in Orlando.
Okay. Oh, he's gonna make an epic
So I
shot.
just noticed Tin Cup's friend, the one with the mustache, yeah, right behind McCord there.
Yeah.
He's out there with the gallery, but I know later, I think he's in the stands with some of the other boys.
Interesting.
I know Doreen and Molly are following along with the gallery.
Yeah. Just to say, I tried downloading the Greyhound app to figure out more about the bus. I've just determined that you can't take a
But it's so behind
bus.
this time. Yeah, look, he calls the porta potty a shitter there. I hope he wasn't on a live mic.
Lol.
He's getting fired from this job too.
I've learned that you can't take a bus straight from Odessa to Pinehurst. You are going to have to switch at some point.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised.
Me neither.
There we go. Collecting on to that. But again, Gary McCord just right there being filmed, recorded on audio, just technically breaking the law.
Yeah.
Water closet, toilet, or loo, as you might call it.
Water closet disturbs me for some reason.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why. But we were watching the movie the other night and he said that I was just sitting here like, what did he just call it?
I mean, is it that much worse than bathroom? Especially when you have a bathroom that doesn't even have a bathtub in it.
Now that I just question.
Or restroom. Because we're going to take a rest in there. We're not really resting if I'm
I
in
think
there.
you never slept in the bathtub.
But if there's no bathtub.
Yeah, like a
I
public
think you
restroom.
never slept on the toilet. I don't think I have.
I see a lot of
In a public one? No.
Cubs friends. I'm noticing like in the gallery they're following along.
It's
They're not
kind of
just.
like a hat.
Do you?
The visor.
That periscope she has, it's got a mirror in it. That's how it works. You look in one mirror and it reflects the other one, so you can see over crowds. I built one that looked a lot like that for science class in school. I mean, mine was made out of wood.
Uh-huh.
It was we painted it black,
Nice. I've
but
never
it
built
had
one.
that boxy shape to it, and the one mirror glued at the bottom. The other
It seems
top.
like it'd be a good spy tool.
Yeah.
You and I had some
It's like,
plastic
pull
ones
over the corner.
from Sonic, didn't we?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was a part of like a spy series or
Yeah.
something. Like, da, 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 da. It's very fun.
I didn't even
That's
remember
cool
that
shot.
shot. I'd forgotten that was even there. I missed that the other night. The shot through the periscope.
Nice to know. Tall trees. I like tall trees. How do you feel about tall trees?
Yeah, I'm for it.
I'm about the same as short trees for me.
Nice, nice.
Okay, I think all trees are equal,
I gotta say, I
Facts.
think Roy's winning
except for
the
redwood
fashion
trees.
stakes. I like the black polo with the khaki pants better than that gray number Sims is wearing.
Nice.
Especially with the beige visor.
Yeah.
It's not working for me.
Pretty nice.
Cup going without the visor. Didn't have sunglasses either.
How can you even call that infame?
He's got
It
different
doesn't hold any
he's got,
stones.
he's got different golf shoes that he was wearing. Remember he was wearing brown golf shoes.
I slightly remember that, yes.
I prefer the white and black ones, so that's what my golf shoes look like.
I've never owned golf shoes.
Are you okay there?
No, I'm done with you.
I'm just saying.
Did you hear what this sir had to
Yeah, I
say?
thought it was funny.
His infame visor doesn't
Peter
hold any
Jacobson.
stones.
He's the one who
Thanos play golfs.
he's in the group ahead of Cup, but he's pursuing him for the lead. I don't know if Peter Jacobs ever actually won the US Open. He didn't really win it in '96.
I want golfing Thanos now. Like with a visor
But then
and,
again, nobody
and normal
won it by the
golf
time this movie was
clothes.
shot,
That's
so.
that would be the same timeline where he's a gardener.
Actually, would have been amazing if they had the golfer contending with Tin Cup be the one who actually ended up winning it in '96.
A, yes, B, I thought you were gonna say something about Thanos golfing.
No, it's just silly.
But to picture in your head Thanos with the visor and stuff. Picture it.
I'm not a
it's
Thanos
something.
guy. I mean, I like Thanos as a villain,
Yeah.
but I don't really want to see him humanized.
But what if it's an alternate timeline Thanos? Where he just golfs. He space golfs.
No, I didn't care that
Space
much for that
golf.
episode of What If.
Space golf Thanos.
It's like I liked it, but the Thanos
It's
part
like,
was
it's like
questionable
Space
to me.
Jam but with golf and Thanos.
Why would it be Thanos?
Because Thanos.
I don't know what this man is going on
Wouldn't they
about.
go to get like Tiger Woods or somebody, not Thanos? Oh, Craig Stadler's back. Yeah, I figured I would Tin Cup after I fucked him up and cost him his job at that charity golf tournament.
Yeah.
She had to give him a few bucks. She's like, I'll just take them all.
Lol.
And then the funniest thing here is she makes the comment, oh, I do counsel couples, so if you want to bring your caddy. And Sadler doesn't laugh at her, and he's like, I'll think about it. Like, he's seriously considering going to couples counseling with his caddy.
Maybe he is. Maybe.
Just like a weird line reading there.
Maybe after that incident with...
And that's weird, too. She starts to raise the glass, and she's like, oh,
Fuji
cheers,
film.
then raise the glass. Yeah, the Fuji blunt.
Yeah.
Big blimp.
Just a big Fuji shot of a Fuji
I want to
film.
stand on top of a blimp, but also I don't because I'm afraid of heights.
I mean, the Goodyear blimp is the most famous one, but other companies have
Facts.
blimps for sporting events, too. That's not unrealistic.
I'm not saying it's unrealistic. Just in the movie, it's like, well, Fujifilm
I'm
is
holding
right in
the
my
flag,
face now.
yeah. Okay, I'm pulling the flag back.
Fujifilm, that's Polaroid, isn't it?
Man, main golf is so much
I believe
fun.
it was Fuji.
Well, yeah.
It's two different companies. I mean, maybe at some point they merged, but...
Yeah, Fujifilm's the one who does the Instax, whatever. Those
Polaroid did
Polaroids.
Polaroid.
Yeah, no, I knew it
Polaroid
wasn't
was
the
branded.
official Polaroid situation. But I meant, like, the modern...
I think I told this story on the
Polaroids.
podcast
One I
before.
have.
My great-grandfather, it used to be, and it may still be common practice, even if it may be frowned upon or even illegal. I'm not sure that if you invest in the company, you buy stock in something and it does really well, you might invest in something that's not doing as well to sort of offset the tax penalties on you. That's Corey Pavin there in the yellow shirt talking about some guy named Tin Cup being on the trophy after him. He's the one he did win the U.S. Open in '95.
Nice.
That's how I know this is canonically the '96 U.S. Open, unless in theory Pavin won it back-to-back in this fictional world. But
Yeah.
I'm assuming this puts it as the '96. But anyway, my great-grandfather, I may have the companies backwards, but it's definitely these two companies. He bought stock in Polaroid back when they were a fledgling company. And then they were so successful, he wanted to offset it with something, so they bought stock in Xerox. And again, I don't know what these companies are doing now, but back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, when they're getting going, these were huge companies. I mean, Xerox is basically responsible for personal computing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, he couldn't win for losing or lose for winning.
Nice.
Suffering from success.
Yep, so in this case, Peter Jacobson, he's in at 8 under par. His group was ahead of them, so he's done. I just saw, one of Cup's buddies is like right behind Cup in the gallery there. Okay, no, Jacobson's playing now, okay. So he's going to end up, he laid up, he's going to finish at 8 under par.
Uh-huh.
And then Cup and Sims being behind, so they have the luxury of knowing what the score is. 10 Cup's at 8 under. David's at 7 under, so David would have to birdie the hole to tie Jacobson and force a playoff. An eagle, he could win it outright depending on what Tin Cup does. Tin Cup situation is par ties and he goes into extra holes. A birdie would win it, so in theory, you lay up, you get on in 3, and you're putting for a birdie would be the smart play.
Yeah.
Of course, the Cup hasn't necessarily played smart this whole time.
Facts.
And as far as overtime goes, it's different depending on the golf tournament. I don't know what the U.S. Open rules are. A lot of tournaments would have sudden death, where you just go play holes until somebody wins.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's you just repeat the course from hole 1. Sometimes it's a specified set of holes, like we'll play 1, then we'll play 3, then we'll play 7, then 10.
Yeah.
But some tournaments do actually have where you play a whole other round, and like tournaments end on a Sunday, unless there's a weather delay or something. So then you'll play another round on Monday for the win. I don't know what the rules are for the U.S. Open, but it could be either way. But in either case, we've got Jacobson in at 8. So all Tin Cup needs to do is par to force extra holes. Birdie will win it.
Nice. By the way, I temporarily blanked, so it took me a while to get back to doing this, but I looked up the etymology of rostrum, and I would just like to say that term started 1900s to about mid-century, because restaurants, theaters, etc. would often place comfortable chairs or sofas within or in the room adjacent
Yeah, I've seen that
to
in
the
real
toilet
life.
and sink stuff. Yeah?
Yep.
I've seen it both
Yeah,
in
me
public
too.
places and in houses. Like house designs.
Yeah, I'm not sure so much about the house, but I've definitely seen
Well, like a big
public
house that has
restrooms that would have,
random
especially,
seating
I know
areas.
it's more common in women's restrooms,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've definitely seen restrooms with furniture in them or right outside them.
Apparently that's why it's called a restroom. It's because
Well, it's a
you
water
rest
closet
on the
because it's a
thing.
small room like the size of a closet that has running water in it. I mean,
It's
no
so
worse.
annoying. I still find it questionable.
And Sim's laid up, which is tough for him because if he's on in 3, he's got to make his birdie putt for a chance to win. Cup laying up, he putting for birdie would win, but Sims would need a birdie just to tie, of course.
Nice.
He's going for it. I like Mazel thing. I've never been with a man that goes for it. Well, honey, there's your guy.
Here's a fun fact since
I like that guy's polo back there. It's got like golf flags and maybe balls and different golf
That's
stuff
pretty
on it.
interesting.
You like it?
Yeah.
Somebody else has a pair. Oh, there's a bunch of those periscopes. I guess that's something they sell
Probably.
for the spectators, which would make sense because if you're following along, you're not going to be in raised
Yeah.
stands, so you're going to need to be able to see over people.
Fun fact since I was looking up random etymology thing. This is an etymology actually, but I looked up when golf was invented. Anybody want to take a guess?
1600s.
I'm trying to remember how centuries work. Dude, do you have a guess? Do you have a guest, sir? Have you brought a guest with you today?
No.
Is it the 1600s or 1800s? I was
15th century.
15th century. That would be 1400s.
Would it be? That's what I was thinking, yeah. Yeah, this is the modern game of
Scotland.
golf. Yep, it was 15th century Scotland. The 18-hole round was created
He's on
in
good too. He's
1764.
close. Okay, now look at his friends. They were following along, but now they seem to be in raised stands. But
Why is it rolling so much?
because of
Life.
the spin on the ball and because of the arc of the green. I mean, the green's not necessarily going to be flat. You know that.
Facts.
And
Big
it's very common when you have a green near water. It's going to slope down toward the water.
Annoying.
But okay, yeah, his friends are they clearly made it up to the stands there. They've got a railing in front of them. They were following along, but they've moved at some point
Yeah.
recently because they were just behind him at the start of this hole. So
Lots of questions there.
that seems to be a continuity error to me.
Yeah.
Unless we actually see them in the crowd behind him, you could argue that okay, well they just moved.
True.
But I bring that up because I have another point I want to make to it later on.
How this sounds like a dumb question. I was gonna say, how do they go about figuring out the par for each hole? Obviously, that sounds like a dumb question.
It's mainly distance.
It's mainly distance.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
there are some par 4s that are longer that could be a par 5,
Yeah.
and there are some par 5s that are shorter that could almost be a par 4.
I feel like I may have already asked you this, but okay.
Yeah.
You did.
And I don't know. I don't know if like the USGA has set.
I don't think
It probably does. Like if it's within so many yards, it's this par and so on, or
Yeah.
there's maybe a range. And here we go, Cup. He didn't go up there and take his drop this time. He's still in contention as long as he gets on and then makes one putt. He'll tie.
Look, it's not about winning. It's about sending a message.
I mean,
And he makes it on again, but nope. Gonna roll back off. You think he would have tried to aim for another part of the green, maybe?
That green is a
probably.
paid actor.
Well.
Been pushing the ball off.
Yeah, the grounds are slightly adjusting to knock
And
it
now
off.
Roy, he can't win now. And well, if he holds this out, he could win. If he holds this out, he could tie. Right? Am I wrong? Because he's
I
in the
don't
water
remember.
2. He drops 3. He's in the water 4. Okay, he's dropping 5. So yeah, he's hitting 6. So he's out. He can't win now.
Okay.
Who cares about winning? You can make
that's
a
kind of the
cool
whole point.
shot.
Kind of.
Is it really that cool when it's this many over par? Plus, he already proved he could make the shot. It rolled off, but he made it. Just go up
Yeah.
and take the drop and win the tournament.
Okay, at this point, I do have to say
But at
this
this
is
point,
annoying.
looks-
At this point, he should probably just go through with it. But at some point, he should have.
Because, I mean, still, the higher you finish, the more money you make, the better you're set up for going on down there.
True.
No, I'm not saying everything's about money. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But still, you have the opportunity. You might as well
True.
benefit
But I do
from it.
think that at some point in time, he should have just stopped, you know? But I will say that in general, not in this specific situation, but in general, it's not always about winning. Sometimes it's about sending the message.
Of course, it all comes up because he wanted to be the first person to finish the U.S. Open at 10 under par. At that point, nobody had done it.
Yeah.
Which is that's just ego, man. Just win the damn tournament. Win at 9 under. Win at 8 under. It's fine.
Yeah. If y'all are hearing noises, there's a cat in the room that we are trying to get to sit on our lap. The laps?
It's not
I've
the
got
official
him,
Cat
so
Cabo
I-
game night, though.
No, it's not. It's not that one.
All right, here we go. This is his last ball.
Yup.
I mean, I don't know if there are rules on how many balls you can carry, but at least according to this, once you run out of balls, of course, you couldn't finish a round, so then you'll get disqualified.
Yeah.
I love that line right there. Remember, I can make it, and Rome's like, well, quit fucking around and do it. I think about that a lot. Like, if I'm playing a video game or something, I'm having trouble with it, I'm like, just quit fucking around and do it.
Nice. That's me and it doesn't usually work out, but that's what I think at least.
That's me and nothing.
Here's another one of those odd little bits of Renee Russo's performance. She's like, you know, almost high with
Yeah, this felt really
with the
big.
craziness. Yeah, I don't love that part of her performance. She should have taken it down just a little bit.
Probably.
But it is bizarre behavior.
Yeah. Close up of some shoes there.
Yeah, we're seeing the different shots in the production truck.
Yeah.
I have no idea if the guys playing the producers and directors. I don't know if they're really behind the scenes people from CBS or not. They always felt like it to me, but maybe they're just good actors.
There's some behind the scenes people for the movie.
Because I'm not familiar with any of the directors or anything from the sports programs, just the on-air talent. So
Yeah.
This is it. This is his last shot to even finish the tournament. Forget winning.
And
And
It's
looks
in the
like
sky.
another shot.
man,
Facts.
you can hit those really
They
high.
could have practically just used the same footage of the ball there.
So does someone actually have to golf these balls that high?
Probably.
I
They could
honestly
have thrown
don't
them
know.
or something, or I had a machine to do it, but probably somebody did.
It could just be a
It's
random
a
blue.
legitimate shot, though. I mean, there's an angle
Well, yeah.
to the club. You're
They
going to
they
get
could have
up.
technically just had a blue background that looked like the sky and the
Now,
ball.
see, I
was
question where the
string.
ball came in from, though, because that doesn't look like it came over the water.
No, it didn't.
With the stands behind, there's no way
Yeah,
it came in.
It
from
didn't
there.
look right.
And it went in the hole.
But I guess he hit over maybe, and then it just
I
has
have
a
no
slight
idea.
roll back.
That's how you know it probably wasn't.
I mean, I'm
all
fine
one thing.
because realistically, I mean, depending on the camera angle, he just
True.
realized he just got not a hole in the one, but he holed it out.
Now,
Yeah.
see, if he did that before, I'm pretty sure that would be an albatross.
Yeah. Wait, no. Yeah.
If he did that on
double
second head.
angle. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Because then,
And a guy with the game night stole my
because
freaking
4 under they
cat.
call a condor.
Okay.
Even albatross though is unofficial. It's just more slang.
I mean,
Technically, just a double eagle.
yeah, but albatross.
All right, but watch here now. Watch for the shot of his friends in the crowd, particularly the one with the cowboy hat.
Okay.
Nancy Venturi share a high five. They can't even believe it. Yeah, okay, see there they are. Look,
Yeah.
he's reaching out for like a high five, but Tin Cup's nowhere near any of the barricades there. Who's
I
reaching
have
out for a
no
high five?
idea.
Like another golfer that was walking by?
I guess so.
I'm your biggest fan.
And I try to look from. You
I
can't see them
mean-
any in the back shots.
Romeo
In
got
the
somebody's
background.
autograph. So,
I like this part too, where he throws the ball in the water.
yeah.
It'd be a shame if like you had to actually have your last. Even though the tournament's over, you got to have that ball to prove it was yours.
Yeah.
I would have been pulling that ball in a glass case.
Lol.
Put up on.
Yeah, that's
on
not
myself.
that's not Tin Cup style.
True. Very true.
I think that move is totally in character.
Very much so.
I try to sweep. I don't see any of them back there. Oh,
And people go diving
Yep.
for that ball. What's this?
The way they just run it like
There's
that's
11 balls in
bad.
that.
balls, yeah.
There's 11
Yeah.
other balls. Well, no.
Oh yeah, he's put a ball. He's
10 other
put the ball in
balls.
the water every day except for maybe the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least.
And I mean, who knows how many other golfers'
That was
balls are in there?
that person swam to the other person trying to take it out of the hand.
Yeah. Well, the
Who
thing
says
is,
that's
there's
the
plenty of
ball?
Tin Cup balls in there. You may as well just go for whichever one you can find. Nobody's
Yeah.
gonna be able to prove which one it
I've
is.
seen a lot of TikTok videos of people going through lakes and things like that to get balls.
Now, who has the actual ball in real life?
It's still in the water.
And now it's just hitting him that he could have won.
He still did good though.
I mean, I like Molly's perspective. It's, the greatest shot of the tournament, the greatest 13 of all time.
Yeah.
That
It
Tiger
was-
Woods made that
It
shot.
was an amazing shot. I don't know if this course is. I mean, like I said, this isn't really Pinehurst. I don't know what the final hole of Pinehurst looks like, and the course in Arizona, I don't know that it's really a tour course. So
So
So the question is, has Tiger
Well, he
Woods
made it
even
12
played
out of
that?
13.
Oh, for we know
Greatest
Tin
12
Cup is
of all
Tiger Woods'
time.
favorite movie.
Does anybody know what Tiger Woods' favorite movie is?
I know nothing about Tiger Woods, honestly.
I feel as though there's some, but not much information
Hey,
about
Wilford
that
Brimley was in the
online.
background, telling people to watch out for diabetes.
I was gonna say something,
So
and
say
then I
it.
blanked again. That's great on a podcast.
Got one extra back there, just like because it's frozen.
What in
straw
the
on his
world
face.
was that?
Oh come on! It's not like he didn't deserve an autograph. Still,
What?
you're like, what was that hair? Like Sim should have passed him by for looking.
No, that's fine. I'm just wondering what the hair was. Like, that was a choice.
This line right here, the hey David, nice par, or nice par David. It's kind of
Yeah.
insulting to the girl he's with. Not Cup, but the girl that David is picking up there, because I assume that's who he's referencing.
Armadillo!
The armadillos are
has a
cloning.
foul.
Yeah, they've been often made a friend.
You see that armadillo?
No, this movie, it's a love story. See, Tin Cup, he got the girl, the armadillo went and found his
Tin
love
Cup's not
too.
the only one who got the girl.
Exactly.
No, you see that armadillo? It's actually an X-parasite, and as you know, X-parasites reproduce asexually. So, the X-parasite's actually taking over the world.
I liked my idea better.
I mean, I know this probably wasn't supposed to symbolize with the lone armadillo at the beginning, the two armadillos now.
And Romeo and Doreen danced in the...
But my
range.
interpretation is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they took Cup's winnings and added some lights.
Yeah. They got some
like-
decorations.
What is on that lamp? Is that just the I think that's just the alphabet around the lampshade there. I thought it actually read something, but
I don't know, I didn't really see.
no, it's
Sal.
Sal X. I have no idea what that is. I don't know if that's another
Me
language.
neither.
Cipher.
Could be anything. It could be
Latin, I
random.
suppose.
Who
Because
knows?
it
I
looks
didn't
sort of like
take
almost like a
Latin.
religious image on the base there, like somebody praying.
Possibly.
I think they got. Did they have the couch before? I think they might have gotten that with his winnings too.
Possibly. They just like really did up the place with his winnings.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not moving
She
out of
suggests he should
this.
try to go out
so-
on tour now since he qualified for next year's Open.
Yeah.
And since she's got a bunch of golf clients.
It all
I would
works
have
out.
been. I could have. I mean, a Tin Cup 2 would have. It would have been cool to see where they went, but I don't want to see them.
Do the same thing over and over
Yeah,
again.
because sequels have a tendency to characters take a journey in the first movie and they take them back to where they were at the beginning of the first movie. It's like I don't need that. I want to see the evolution of it.
I've literally...
He's older now. He could have a son or he could have a
Yeah.
nephew or something.
Yeah. Could have a daughter.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. I didn't mean to. Yeah.
I'm just saying that would be fun.
But I mean, there are women's professional golfers, but
Yes.
the men's tour is still the bigger of the two.
Well,
I want Tiger Woods Space Jam.
why?
Oh, it's a cactus.
Oh.
I thought it was somebody praying.
It kind of looks like that in the other angle.
A praying cactus.
And I have no idea what the lettering is.
And this is
Praying
cactus.
Is that like a praying mantis?
Here's a reprise of the song from when they were getting it on in Winnebago.
Reasonable. I was in the middle of a train of
There's
thought
only
at some point.
twice in the movie where a song comes back. This one and I think Flat Broken Busted maybe
And
comes
Feast
back
Frame.
twice.
Why are these
Back
movies
once,
always
but-
into freeze frames?
Why not?
Cause 90s.
And credits. We got to stick around
Isn't
for
that
the.
quite enough?
We got to stick around. No, it's just a traditional way to wrap up.
Fact.
As himself. Wow. 3 people played
Technically, the
as
CBS
himself.
announcers were playing themselves too.
Yeah.
And like the ESPN report, Jimmy Roberts, that was his last name. He was playing Jimmy Roberts.
Grandparents with dog.
Yes, he's Sharon Costner, Bill Costner, and grandchild Joe Costner. So
I
that-
don't
so
see
that
the dog's
They
credit.
could all be.
Where's the
Don't.
credit for the dog?
It may show up. I've seen animals credited plenty of times.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to say, because you were saying something about sequels kind of resetting stuff and whatnot. I've been watching the series over on Disney Plus.
Yeah, there was a.
Yeah, I just saw a skip.
I'm not giving it. I'm not giving it the time.
Gabe
We're in the
Don't do it now.
credits. You've seen the movie.
It's Gay Buckley.
Wait though, we got to line up for the post credit scene with the armadillos playing golf. It doesn't really happen. Don't sit around. Don't be like, I didn't get that scene on my copy. What the hell?
It'd be amazing. But I'm not sure they could have quite gotten that to happen naturally.
Well, Gary McCord was also the official golf consultant. He didn't
Nice.
just play himself.
But I've been watching a series over on Disney Plus, and it really felt like they spent a few episodes getting somewhere, and literally the episode right after they got there, they just reset it. And it's like, it's literally just the next episode in the same show.
Yeah.
Why did you reset?
I mean, occasionally that works and can play well, but
It just
it's
felt
just
long.
lazy.
It felt long in that show.
I mean, it's the same thing, Disney let JJ do with The Force Awakens. It's like, oh, we had something to work. Well, let's just take it back and reset, basically. Put everything
Yeah.
back where they were. Yeah, they did that with like Major League 2 comes to mind. There's plenty of examples where sequels will just sort of reset, and it's like, can't you be a little more creative than that?
Yeah, and in the show,
Let's move
it's
things
like
forward. You can have similar ideas and themes, but let's try to move the story and the characters forward.
In the show, it like
reset.
It did something, then reset, and then moved forward, and had something so perfectly set up, and then reset, and is moving along with something else. And I'm just sitting here like, I hate this so much. Why am I still watching?
Don't misunderstand. There are creative ways to do that, but it's also, there's also lazy ways to do it.
Yeah, what I'm complaining about, it might end up.
It's the latter.
The series isn't done, so it might end up working out. Because based off the last episode I watched, it is like. It kind of seemed to follow the thing that they reset to, but it seems to be going back to setting something up. I'm going to shut up since I'm not actually properly discussing the series.
What's a negative cutter?
The negative is the raw film footage.
I don't know anything about film.
And you literally shoot on film, and you have to it would actually be cut manually. You might have a machine for it, an editing machine, but it actually has to be cut.
Yeah, you can't just split it.
The negative cutter could just be the person that prints out the negative for that particular shot or those particular sets. But it has to do with dealing with the raw film. Yeah.
I don't know anything about film.
Anyway, the song playing now is the one that I said was probably my third favorite in the movie.
Nice.
It sounds like it was probably written just for the movie, especially if you're right about Salome not being a real town. Oh, you said it was one in Arizona, so it could have written for that. But I like that. I think it's nice.
What song is it?
Going Back to Salome.
Okay.
Sean Colvin's song.
Nice.
It must be an instrumental break.
Back to Salome.
I don't see the Armadillos getting any credits either.
I know, that's bullshit. They were probably just outside filming some random armadillos. They should have given them credits.
Two Back Country Club. That's the one in Arizona.
Nice.
Where I think anyway, and I assumed that Two Back was the name of the town. Maybe it's just the name of the golf course. So it could be in one of the bigger cities.
Nice.
And if I die before today...
Okay, I'm going to assume that this was made specifically for the movie because it does say that it came out on the album, which was the soundtrack, and came out in '96.
Take me back to Salome. It's a fitting theme. I like it.
Yeah.
And we have exhausted the credits even. There is no actual post-credit scene.
Dang it, there isn't.
So we made it all the way through. All 2 hours and 14 minutes of Tin Cup from 1996. What, post-credit scenes?
Yeah.
It's mainly Marvel.
Not saying they didn't happen before, but yeah.
It wasn't as common.
It's mainly Marvel movies.
Ferris Bueller in '86 has a post-credit scene.
He's asking, like, what are you still doing here? It's over. Leave.
That's the earliest one I can think of off the top of my head. I know the Simpsons movie has a similar post-credit scene.
So, Simpsons predicted most of the things
that would have been
happen,
2000.
so.
The Simpsons would have been way after Ferris Bueller.
Well, yeah, but, like, when did that happen?
The movie?
The Simpsons one, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2007.
Okay, so that's before Marvel, so they started predicting...
The year before Iron Man.
They predicted the current trend of it.
But, I don't want to necessarily give Ferris Bueller credit for it, but that's the earliest one I can remember.
Marvel makes a movie without a post-credit scene. I'm going to sue Kevin Feige.
Endgame.
It technically doesn't.
No. Oh yeah, it doesn't have one at all. It just has some audio laid over.
Yeah. It still gave us something.
It's like Kevin Smith's movies where you hear one of Jay's quotes over the credits.
Yeah.
It's not an end credit scene at all.
No, it's not. I thought it was starting.
I thought we were going to fade up on something, but no, it was just some sound.
Just some sound to make us sad.
Alright, well, we're deviating vastly from the subject here, which was Tin Cup.
To be fair, Marvel did tie into this.
25th anniversary of this movie. Like I say, at the time it originally came out, it was probably not my top 5, maybe, definitely top 10. And it's somewhere on the list of my favorite movies of all time still. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
I still think the armadillo scenes are the best.
Dill?
What?
I just thought you might want to say how you felt about the movie.
Pretty good.
Alright. Well, thanks for joining us here on this edition of LexiCon. I guess we will be back next week, as always, with something or other.
Yes.
So until then, when the conversation continues, I am and will continue to be Maddie.
Lexi.
Dylan.
And this is LexiCon Concluded.
Bye.
Stop fucking around and do it.